What's up, everybody? This is D. Durrell with D. Durrell the Rebirth. This is part 2, in which we're going to talk about these niggas from across the seas that like to travel across seas. You know, them passport brothers, Sysbm. Let's get it. We're going to discuss it. I'm going to talk about some of the guys in the thumbnail. I'm talking about Trey's Travel. I'm talking about Xanatos Clutch. Been knowing him for a while. Master Teacher 1, faggoty ass. BMT Travels. Yes, we're going to get it. Over the last few weeks, it appears that this whole notion of passport brothers, everybody hating on passport brothers. You got Danica Marie caping for these niggas. They over there simping with her, giving her $100 and $200 cash apps. She bought and paid for. So it is what it is. So we're gonna get it. Where's Yeshua? Is Yeshua gonna come in again today? Because last week, Yeshua showed his ass off. I made Yeshua feel comfortable. He was able to discuss things. He talked about his experiences across seas. He ain't tricking, which he lying. What's up, DOD? I've been checking out your content on Cynthia G and so on, man. You're doing a great job up there, DOD. Keep up the good work, brother. Wish I could have linked up with you when I was in Las Vegas a month ago. Man, I had fun, but it's hot as hell in Las Vegas. Shit. I was in Las Vegas and after 4th of July, man, it was 107 degrees, 105 degrees, 110 degrees. Whew. See how you do it, brother. I don't see how you do it in Vegas. I'll be coming back later on this year, probably in December when it cooled down a little bit. So we're gonna get into this. So I'm just gonna give it a little time. Hope people show up. You know, we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk about these passport brothers. This is part 2. Sysbm passport brothers, denial of tricking, which they are. They denying that they tricking. Look, man, if you trick, you trick. You ain't gotta lie to me, because I know what you're doing. You ain't gotta lie to me. You ain't gotta be afraid to say what you like to do. Look, you do what you like to do. Look, I'm not here telling you you can't trick. I'm not here to tell anybody that they can't trick if that's what they want to do. If you want to trick, that's on you. That's your money, man. That's your money. I can't tell you what to do with your money. Then you trying to sell this fantasy to black men that, oh, you just gonna get all this femininity, these 9s and 10s, just gonna drool over your American money. They gonna be drooling. They know what's up. They not stupid. What's up, West Bank 504? Louisiana in the house, man. What's up with the Saints, man? Is Jameson gonna be it? West Bank 504. Is Jameson gonna do the job? Will Jameson do the job? We'll have to see about that. But we gonna talk about little Trey Travels, little Xanatos Clutch with his white woman loving ass, master teacher, his feminine ass, BMT Travels. This nigga here, man. Of all the people I'm listening, the ones that I really want to talk about is I'm gonna talk a little. Man, I've been knowing Xanatos Clutch for years. He's been in there for a long time. I've actually known Xanatos Clutch longer than any other people being in the manosphere space. He's the one that talk about it's nothing like the warmth of a white woman's vagina. It's like heaven. It's like nothing I never experienced before. With his white man sounding ass. This nigga here, one master teacher. He was, to me, his channel was popping when it was kind of similar to the Lapeep Network. Now he skipped all of that other shit. Now he just doing his little Saturday morning. Why I used to go traveling to the Philippines and Thailand and all these other different places. That's what he has evolved into. West Bank VDA 504 said, D. Durrell, do you feel there's a difference between tricking and a man purchasing options? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You can be in a relationship and trick. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna tell you the difference between tricking and purchasing options. When you tricking like that, guys who really trick, they really tricking with people that they spending a lot of time with. They actually doing shit. They like engaging. They have somewhat of a relationship. They hanging out. They spending time together. When you tricking, niggas go tricking, buying clothes, jewelry, paying rent, paying bills. Tricking is straight up more than just, I'm just going to get me something and that's it. Now you're talking about a man purchasing options. That's all relative to how much money you have. And a man's purchasing options is merely the fact that, okay, I see a stable. I pick and choose what I can afford or what I want to spend money on. I pay for it, I get it. When the services are done, I'm out. There's no other engagement. But true tricking, you tricking with somebody you consistently fucking with. Tricking goes beyond. I'm talking tricking with the dinner, tricking with clothes, tricking on bills, tricking with sex. See, really, true tricking is not just you paying for sex. I'm just paying for the transaction. You paying for just the company and everything else that comes with that. True tricking. Now, trick is a trick. A man purchasing options is only relative to how much money he has. That's just the facts. There's ladies that are only dealing with men because they trick on them. The women that only date gold diggers see you as a trick. They see you as somebody that has resources that they want, and they're willing to adhere to whatever your wishes are to get your resources. It's not a true, genuine relationship outside of you having an arrangement. Niggas who got sugar babies are tricking their ass off. When you got a sugar baby or whatever arrangement you have to engage in so much money per week, per month, pay for play, somebody consistent, man, you tricking. And listen, I'm not here to tell anybody what they should do. But the bottom line, these Negroes ain't going across seas broke. And it's a reason. The reason why these niggas going across seas tricking Because they can't afford to trick with the women that they want in the United States, because they cost way more. See, this is what they not telling you. You see, these niggas ain't willing to trick $300, $400, $500 plus. So you can go tricking in across seas with $50, $75 to $100, and that $50 to $75, $100 is like $300, $400, $500 to $1,000. So you're getting way more for your buck. So she's gauging the value of what you have different from you, because you're basically operating in an environment that's a standard or two below what you're accustomed to. Therefore, your dollars are of more value. But those same dollars, if they were in the United States, women would not be impressed with they broke asses. Look at BMT Travel. Nigga, please. Nigga, you a barber. You ain't doing it like that unless you're a celebrity barber. You going across seas paying these women to do goddamn interviews. The real tricks of these niggas are tricks. The people say at the end, the top left, I got SKC up in there. Like D Darrell, SKC don't trick. Shit, that nigga tricking for that Asian wife he got. That she making him a trick. But I put him in there just to represent Sysbm, but he ain't really tricking like that, because that nigga probably can't even afford to go across seas unless his wife want to go back to Vietnam or Korea, wherever she from. Look at Master Teacher 1, Xanatos Clutch. Damn, I couldn't even, it kind of X'd out BMT Travels and Trey Travels. These Negroes here are some tricks, straight up trick. Straight up. These Negroes specialize in buying pussy across seas. That's what these niggas are. These niggas specialize in buying it. And to me, you don't have to lie about it. Just be straight up. This is what you're doing. Because you ain't lying to me. I know what you're doing. I know. Hey, look, man. I'm not one to tell nobody what to do with their money. You have the right to trick as much as you want. Don't make me one difference. Don't make me any difference. It's your money. But you're selling a thought process as if going across seas is going to be the answer to all of your questions, all of your problems, lack thereof in the States. It's just not the case, man. It's just not the case. It's just not the case. And they know it. And they know they buying it. And they know they buying it. Hey, look, if you want to buy a pussy, hey, man, go ahead and buy it. If you want to travel 2,000-3,000 miles just to buy some ass that you can buy in the United States, hey, that's on you. So Anthony Osborne say, so what are you saying, that men trick anyway, right? But again, what's wrong with a grown man? I see you don't like brothers that travel. Nigga, I travel too. Nigga, I travel in the States. I don't have to go out of the country to travel. I mean, I hate. See, that's another thing. People think just because I don't want to travel to no godforsaken third world country, making myself appear that I'm balling when you really average at best. Hey, that's what it is. Anthony, they lying about not tricking. That's what they lying about. These Negroes are lying about not tricking. They lying. They lying to everybody. They don't want people to. I'm like, why are you shameful for what you do? If you like tricking, you like tricking. You ain't gotta lie. This niggas pretending, man, that they just got they getting all this love and affection. And all these women just drooling over them. I'm like, stop. If you was lame in the United States, you're lame across seas. Lame is lame. And most of these Negroes, then they were talking about on Reg the Bad Guy today about people claiming, who speak languages and not. These Negroes don't speak those languages. They don't speak Spanish. They don't speak Portugal. Stop. You're not fooling anybody. Just say, hey man, I go across seas, I trick, I get what I need, It's cheap at a discount rate. I can get 5 women for $150. I'm good. Hey man, I commend you on telling the truth. I commend you on your tricking ways. Pat yourself on the back. I like this. See, this incel talk right here. Coming from a married man, you're being a hypocrite. Anthony, explain to me how I'm being a hypocrite. And I'm going to drop the link. I'm looking for Yeshua. Anybody else that travel, if you want to come up and chop it up with D. Darrell about this, you can do it. Explain to me why you ain't tricking. I don't understand why you think you fooling somebody. You ain't fooling anybody. Man, everybody know you a trick. Shit. Embrace that shit. What's up, Keep It Gang TV? Shit. Embrace your tricking ass ways. Look, man, I get it. You want to go across seas. Man, nigga, I just took a trip with my wife, man. I just went to Key West. I just came from Key West three weeks ago. What are you talking about? I was in Key West about 3 weeks ago for 4 days, 4 nights, 3 nights, 4 days. I traveled. Before that, I was in Vegas. What's up, Exposure Management? He said, I'm going to try to get my video out on this next Sunday. I will be looking forward to hearing it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. These guys are so disingenuous. They're so disingenuous. I'm getting 8, 9s, and 10s. And to be honest with you, some of them probably paying exuberant amounts of money for average looking women. Because not every woman from Colombia and Brazil are 8, 9s, and 10s. That's a goddamn lie. That's a lie. Some of them, they got 4, 5s, and 6s that they dealing with. What's up, Raining Woman? How you doing, baby? Hope everything is going good. We talking about tricking again across seas. I know you all went in on Yeshua last week. I was hoping he would come up, but I knew it was a 50-50 chance, so I don't think he's going to show up. But if it's any other passport brother, traveling brother that want to chop it up with D. Darrell, shit, you come up. We can talk about it. Talk about you and your tricking ways. Talk about your tricking ways. So Aaron said, I've been in private Facebook groups with the passport bros. They're largely paying for them. Some are attractive, others are average to below average looking at looks. Yes, Yeshua has come in the building, guys. Yeshua has come back. Oh shit, it's about to go down, man. Damn, Yeshua, if you can, please connect your device, brother. Yeah, they average. Okay, guys, we about to get this shit started. Yeah, shoot. Now I got the link out. For anybody else that want to come up, y'all can come up. We go ahead and take this down and bring Yeshua up. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm all right.
Good,
You know?
good, man. So this
Yeah.
is part two, brother. I was looking forward to you. I kind of got scared. I'm like, oh man, he ain't gonna show up, you know. But I appreciate you for showing up, man. I really do appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna be respectful to you. Of course, we have some agreements and disagreements. So tell me about last week. What do you think about our interaction last Sunday as we talked about this topic?
Well, I thought it was. I mean, it was good. I kind of heard what you said that they was going on me. I mean, nobody was going on me last week, bro. I mean, they might thought they was going on me, but they made their point, and I made my point. So the feeling was mutual. Um, you know, you know, I I don't care what people think. I really don't, man. I'm too old. I mean, to kind of worry about how someone think. You know. But yeah. So again, my conversation is not always about. Um, you see me still, man? Am I still there?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm here. I'm listening to
Okay.
you.
Look, 'cause my phone kept going out. So, but my point is that my conversations, generally is not quote about traveling or nothing like that. Um, my conversation is basically about the issues of Black people just in general. I'm on a different podcast, and this is not my conversation. I come from a more of a uh, African centric perspective on things. Um, Truthfully, dudes that know me would say, "Well, this is not really his conversation." But he does travel, and he does talk about traveling at time, but not all the time. That's not his cup of tea. So, um, so that's how I look at that. Um, is what I see is that you put a lot of e- 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 emphasis on the word tricking,
Right?
and and I see that as more of a shaming game. I don't see that you're being honest. I see that. Okay,
Okay.
okay. I see that you're just being. That's a shaming game, which is fine, bro. You can do that. And like I said, being and I'm quote not a incel. I think that we have a problem in the Black community. We want to label people and put labels on people, call them incels and beta males and all that dumb stuff. I don't even get in those conversations with Black folks, especially Black women. I don't even get in the conversation with them. You know, um, and like I said, if you're a married man, period. My ideal, if I was a married man, bro, I would not be worried about no brothers traveling. It's none of my business.
So now
You
you shaming me now. Now you trying to
know,
shame me for being mad.
I'm not shaming you. I'm just going by uh, watching married men how they are with their wives. They should be happy and glad and all those things, and not even worrying about a single man or a man that's been divorced that been married before. How he
Now we shaming tactics.
I think that's a shame, but but you keep emphasizing the word tricking, like again, and I keep telling you that them dudes done told you. I mean, I think dudes really done told you. They say, okay, I do that. So what more do you want me to say? Dudes done said that to you.
But they lying.
Okay,
The guys are saying they not tricking. The point of me creating the video in the first place is because guys are not being truthful about tricking. They all denying. Most of them are denying that they tricking at all. And I know it's a lie. You're right. I wish if they would just admit it, we'll be good. But they're not. They're not admitting that.
but who's denying that they're tricking?
Everybody.
No, they're not. Darrell,
Name me somebody that
Darrell,
admitted that they tricking.
Darrell, Darrell,
Name me who admitting that they tricking.
Darrell. The dudes, the guys that go to that travel, yes, they're probably engaging in that activity, because they're there. But my point is, again, to say that them dudes are lying to you, to say they're not tricking, that's absurd. That's a dumb statement, bro. I mean, and I listen to you talk, so you have intelligence. Sometimes, like I said, that doesn't make sense to go there and they tell you that they're not traveling. No dude that travel, period, whether he goes to South America, Europe, or any place else, in most cases, will tell you that they have not engaged in that. That would be silly for him to even say that. You know, so I'm saying, where are you getting that from? Again, to say that these dudes are lying. No, these dudes feel like this. That they don't have to tell you anything because they grown. So that's something that's why they feel like, well, I don't gotta justify my activity for you, bro. That doesn't
Really?
make, you know. So
That
I just
Yashua, they're the ones who are doing the content, lying about tricking. So they
what
put
content
themselves in that situation.
who's doing
They're the one.
who's doing content like that?
Everybody.
Like what? What are they saying? Because they don't tell you.
You saw the thumbnail. I'm talking about BMT Travels, One Master Teacher, Xanatos Clutch, Trade Travels.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, man.
Now, again, has any of them dudes said they've gotten twat in those countries that they travel to? Yes, they have, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in your mind, as a man, you have to say, well, damn, they probably did that. Again, like I'm saying to you, Master Teacher and all them dudes, matter of fact, let's talk about Master. I heard him a few times, and you know, it's been a while ago since I've listened to him. I don't agree with all his content. I really don't. But I can see where he's coming from at times. And, you know, the other dudes you had mentioned, I've never heard of them. And I told you last week, the guy that I do listen to, none of them, not one of them talk about black women. Because, again, we went on that false narrative. You all trying to throw at me that black men poop on who travel. They dump on black women. And none of them dudes that I know that have traveled vlogs, and they got the most popular ones, don't say anything about black women. Not one of them.
Exactly. That's a problem.
No, it's not a problem.
It is a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Darrell, you just contradict yourself.
No, I'm not.
I said none of them dudes, Checks in Effect, Ace Live, Barber World, none of them dudes say nothing bad about black women when they travel. They don't have to.
Okay. Okay. So let me say this. Now, you want to sit here and act like some of these guys don't shit on black women, and that's not true. A lot of them guys do shit on black women that go across seas all the time, and they try to do a compare and contrast with black women in America, so horrible, and these little Asian and Indian and Hispanic women are so much better. A different class and so forth. They do that all the time. So I don't know what channels you've been watching.
I'm telling you, I watched those brothers. Okay, I watched them dudes, and I'm telling you, what you're saying is kind of being disingenuous with them because they're not here to even defend themselves. They say, brother, I don't do that. I'm telling you, that's the God's honest truth. Them dudes will tell you, I've never said anything about black women in my videos. They will tell you that, Darrell. I know for a fact. Matter of fact, Ace Live did a video about a year and a half ago, about 2 years ago. He told them dudes, stop asking him about women in those countries. He told dudes stop asking him that. So that's letting you know that his ideal is that fact that don't ask me about that because in fact, if he's doing that he's doing it in his private situation, but that's not something he talked about and puts down black women about. He don't even do that. He doesn't even bash women at all. And that's Ace Live. Checks in Effect, he just traveling. That brother's having a good time. He all over someplace, and he'll tell you the good times you've had and the bad times you've had. He'll tell you the bad times. He said when he went to, I think it was Budapest. He's like, God, he said those are some of the most non-social people he've ever saw. And he felt maybe because he was black, that's probably why they was kind of non-social with him. But at the same time, he's been all over, you know, and I've never heard him bash a black woman in all of his videos. Never even bring up black women in his videos.
Okay, let's listen to this. I want you to listen to this. Okay.
Okay.
Let me know if you can hear it.
Girl in another country.
Can you hear that?
I can hear a little bit. But go ahead. I think I can put my phone to my ear. Go ahead.
Hey, stop. What?
Oh, can you hear it now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, let me go back. Now I want you to hear this. I want you to understand what these brothers are doing.
Okay, now hold on one second. Before you say that
girl in another country.
Your way, stop. What? Stop. Hold on. God. You're taking care of a woman in another country for what?
What's up, guys? My name is Orlando. I'm 27, and I currently live in Philadelphia.
All right. So what's your question?
Yeah, my question is, how do you get out of the mentality of worrying about how the woman will maintain herself when you're no longer providing?
How the woman will do what?
What? Like, how do you get out the mentality? Because let's say you're maintaining a girl, right? You provide, the food.
Maintaining means tricking.
Provide? For what?
And then wait, and what happens after you provide? What happened? Go ahead.
Maintaining means tricking.
No, like providing basic amenities. But what I'm saying is, like, what you guys saying earlier was true, like about the foreign country and the United States and everything. So the thing is, with my situation, I'm taking care of a girl in another country.
Your way, stop. What?
Hold
on.
Tricking.
You're taking care of a woman in another country for what?
Okay, so I fell into the whole trap,
Stick say he fell into.
No, just say I'm red pilled.
It's more of
just say I'm red pilled.
Wait. Where'd you meet this woman?
Dominican Republic.
Okay, so you was in the Dominican Republic, and when did this happen? How long ago?
Earlier this year.
Earlier this year. What month? When was this?
Oh God damn.
This was in January.
January. Okay, so now you've only known a woman for 6 months overseas, and you're taking care of her?
Yeah.
Why?
I just fell in love with her body, man.
No. Wait. Stop. I need to know this. Hold on. How much money? How much money is she getting from you monthly?
Or he getting?
Well, it's not really monthly because I was there with her. So basically I was there with her earlier this month until July, which I came back, and I'm coming back this month to the country.
Hey man, let me say this, dude. Y'all trying to run overseas, but they finessing y'all over there. You guys this is the second call from the DR today, and y'all talking about going overseas, and these bitches is finessing you motherfuckers over there.
Now, Joshua.
Okay.
What is your response to that? Because see, that's the real traveling situation.
Right. So
go ahead. I want to hear this shit.
Well, first of all, I didn't hear him say nothing about black women. That's what I thought you were gonna play.
No. I'm talking about the tricking.
Okay, right. Okay, I thought you were gonna say somebody he was comparing black women. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, we'll get to that later.
Okay. Go ahead. The second thing is, again, if that's his choice, brother, if that's that man's choice, that's on him. That's on him. Period. I've had dudes here in the. Let me have an experience that I had in Los Angeles when I lived there, in Los Angeles, California. Don't you know that them girls in Los Angeles, in most cases, in them clubs and stuff, I went to a club, and that's something I normally don't do is go to a club, but I went with a friend of mine, and I noticed the women were standing up, and the dudes were sitting, and the dudes would not get up and let her have a seat. You know what the dude told me in LA? He said, "No, bro, I don't give no woman my chair. Fuck that." Exactly what he told me. I said, damn, okay. So he don't give her his chair. So I'm saying that was his choice not to give that woman that chair. No other dude called him a punk. No other dude said, man, that's not, you're not being a gentleman. None of that shit. So I'm saying again, if so dudes feel that if I would have gave up that chair, he thought that woman was finessing him. Period. So dudes here in America feel the same way. I've had dudes. Now, see, for me, I might have gave her the chair. You see my point? I might
No,
say,
I don't.
okay, no, yes, you do, bro. Let's stop.
I don't see the point. We talking about Yeshua. We're talking about the fact that this brother went to the Dominican Republic and he spent upwards of $20K, and he's regretful about it. So he called in to this show that we're talking about.
Did he spend $20K?
To asking for advice on what he should do after traveling and spending that kind of money on a woman, and he don't even know if he should continue. He is funding this woman's lifestyle. These Negroes that you claim that are going there traveling, they are funding foreign women lifestyles.
Okay.
Let's just keep it a buck.
Again, that's his stupidity. He's grown, bro. Again, if he decides to be a sucker and do that, if he decides to do that, that's on him. Now, I didn't hear him say he spent $20K.
He did. He said 20K.
Okay, now
okay. Let me say this. He said it further in. I didn't play the whole clip. I could play it further if you want to hear him say that.
Okay. Now, I believe you. Let's put it to you like that. I believe.
Yeah, I'm not lying about it.
Okay. Tell the truth. So what I'm saying again, if this dude decides to do that with his own money, I just shake my head at him like, bro. Okay, that's on you, bro. I mean, again. Who are the dudes on the panel who's on the video, them dudes, and then who is they to tell him what to do? Now, the question
he called in for advice.
I'm about to say that. My question with him to be, if I was on that panel, I would say, bro, why would you call in and talk to these dudes about your personal situation like that? I wouldn't have did that, period.
Because he felt bad and ashamed that lady, she finessed him out of 20K. That's what you all want to talk about.
I'm saying he shouldn't have felt bad because he got caught up and did it. That's the problem. So he shouldn't have felt bad. He should be like, now I learned from that. Now I'm not going to make that mistake again. That's how you do that, and you keep it moving. If he had that type of money. So apparently this young man is doing something good in his life or doing something well to have that type of finance to do that, because it didn't seem like he was all that shook up about it.
Yes, it sounded like it to me.
No, well, to me,
he sounded like he was at odds with even continuing the relationship.
So the point is that, again, I'm gonna go back to you. So he did it. So what do you want him to do now that he did it?
What I want him to do?
Yeah, I mean, what do you want the guy to do?
Okay, what I like him to do, but it ain't about what I would like him to do, but what I would do in his situation is discontinue the relationship and find a woman in the States that you don't have to go flying all across the world to find a woman you can get in the United States. That's what I would do in this situation.
Darrell, there are women here in America that will finesse him as well. Period.
Yeah, but you know what? You're right. They are. But like I just stated, stop tricking at that level. Find you a woman in the States that's gonna love you for you, and keep it moving. Okay.
Well, I mean, his point in time in his life, that's not what he did. His point in time in his life, he did that. So that's what we got to work with. That's what he did. He's doing that. Okay. So we can't. If the what if in his situation is been done, the so-called damage has been done. The 20K is gone. Okay, so he can't bring that back. But what he can do is learn from that, and from now on, he can say, you know what, I'm not doing that again. I mean, matter of fact, he can say, I'm not doing it for any woman again. Period. That's how I am. You see, that's how I take it. I'm not doing it for any woman.
So I'm gonna tell you this. Where could you review? Because I forgot. What countries did you travel to find women?
The countries I've been to, like I told you last week, it was Sao Paulo, it was Rio, Bahia.
Oh, Brazil! You were in Brazil.
Yeah, I went to Sao Paulo. I went to Rio and Bahia.
Okay, so were you basically supplementing a young lady, a Brazilian woman's lifestyle?
Nope.
So you telling me? Hold on, Joshua, you ain't gotta lie to me. You ain't gotta lie to me, brother. Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
I'm just being honest.
Okay, and me too. Okay, so I want you to understand that. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're telling me that you never had a long-term distance relationship with any Afro-Brazilian woman?
No.
Okay, so basically, when you would go to Brazil, it was just basically what happened in Brazil stayed in Brazil. It never carried over to the States.
No.
Okay,
no.
Now let me do number 2, because see, you kind of went off the rails last week when you were talking about the lady invited you to the house and you stayed there for a few days and all this other stuff. Now, I'm going to say this and say this again. When you visited Brazil, I would say you would stay there for how long? What, a week or 2, 3 weeks, month at the most? How long would you stay there?
3 weeks.
4 weeks, a month. Okay.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. About 3 weeks.
Okay, 3 weeks. That's almost a month. That's a good bit of time. In those times you went, did you provide financial help and resources to the women that you dealt with?
Okay, now let's break that down. Hold on, because I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. Now let's break that down. Now, when you say resources and help, okay, let's break that down. What are you're trying to implement? My ideal when I was in Brazil, bro, I'm giving you the truth.
I'm listening.
My ideal is the fact that when I met someone that I liked, on what level it was it physically or whatever, if I wanted to get with her, I dealt with her on that particular transaction. Period.
Transaction.
Okay. Hold on. Now, hold on 1 second. Now, you're asking me to be truthful. No,
I am, but I'm listening.
You keep saying these traveling dudes ain't honest. Okay,
they
you
not
on your show. He's telling you you called me a liar just a few minutes ago.
No, I ain't call you a lie.
But you did. You said, tell me the truth. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, but I didn't say you was a lie. I just say tell the truth. I ain't say you was lying. I just want to insinuate be as honest as you claim you're going to be. If you're going to be honest, I was just saying.
When I
claim to be honest.
When I left Sister Val, who was a very nice person, when I left Val wasn't down with that life. Strangely, she wasn't down with that. Now, when I met Val, I was in Bahia, and I was walking around, just trying to doing the sights, seeing around, and I noticed. I looked, and she was sitting with a friend of hers and another woman. They were sitting there, and I kind of caught her eye, and she looked, and I nodded my head, and she nodded my head, and the young brother, the brother, he said, "What's up, man?" Because they can kind of look and say, "Is he Brazilian or is he from somewhere else?" So I spoke to him, and we kind of got, and that's how I caught her eye. We started talking. And she asked me where was I from. I said, I'm from the States. She said, oh, okay. So we started talking. That's how me and her became friends. It wasn't none of that. She was in that life. So that was my experience with her. She was not into that life at all. Period. So I give Val that. So no. So but there are women there that I met that was into that life. I met one sister. Fine as I don't know what, she was walking down the street and she was carrying some fish with her. And if I was a photographer and had a camera, I most definitely would have stuck her in National Geographic. I said that was epic. The way she was walking down the street, had the fish with her and everything like that. And I met her and I said in my little language, I was telling her. She said, "I'm coming back. I'm going to go take the fish home to her. Take the fish home." And she said, "Okay." I said, "Okay." So about 15, 20 minutes later, she came back and we had a conversation. That was a transaction. Period. Okay? That was a transaction.
That was a transaction. So okay. you met a woman carrying fish.
Okay, now.
Smelling like fish with no slippers on and dirty feet in the dirty Brazilian streets.
See, that's what I'm saying. A brother like you, if I had one on this phone, she would cuss your ass out quick. Because she would say, number one, you don't know me to make a conversation about my dirty feet.
Wait a minute, you just wait a minute, brother. I'm just describing what you stated.
Right,
Yeshua.
You got to remember, bro.
Yeshua, didn't you just say the woman was carrying fish?
Bro, we on the beach, bro. We on the beach. God darn, Terrell. We We're on the beach.
Okay, well, you didn't say that.
But I'm telling you, I'm in Brazil, bro. Most of it, the coastal, is beach. Most of it is beach.
So okay, listen. Don't just calm down.
No, I'm calm down, but it's just things that I shouldn't have to explain to a dude who has intelligence, because you already believe dudes do nothing but trick. So that's another thing. That's why you believe that we're tricking. So I'm telling you that her case, where I was standing at, when she walked by me, she had some fish with her, and she must have either bought the fish or she got the fish herself. And she had them on this thing, and she was going home. She said, "I'm gonna take these home, and I'll be back."
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I said, if I had a camera, I would have took a picture of her. This with the fish and her baby suit when she was walking. I would have took a picture of her, because that was epic.
Come on. So okay. Yes, now listen. Now it's starting not to make sense to me.
What you mean?
I just got to ask this question.
Okay, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
What a woman doing with a bathing suit on, carrying fish?
God damn, Darrell! I just told you she's on the beach, bro.
Why would you be carrying fish? Wait, listen. But you're getting up. But I'm asking questions because this don't make sense to me. You on a beach carrying fish? I thought you on the beach to chill out. I can see if you were out in the downtown or the marketplace area. And you talking about on who carries fish on the beach,
bro?
I'm just questioning your story,
bro. First of all, hold on, bro. First of all, you gotta think when you talking to me, bro.
I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. I'm just trying to clarify.
Oh, and I thought I clarified with you, but I tell you, I was on the beach when I saw her. Okay, right. I was on the beach. That's why she told me. She said, "I'm going home, and I'll be back. I'm gonna take the fish home." And that she was standing in her language because she pointed at the fish. She said, "I'm coming back," and she came back.
So you understood the language. You understood Portuguese.
Tell me about coming back. Yeah, I understood because she pointed at the fish and she said she was going home to take the fish home. Now, my hotel was right across the street from a beach. That's why I'm saying I was right across the street from a beach. I had the most perfect spots when I was in Bahia, because I was right there, because the whole thing, the coastal line is nothing but beach. Okay, so that's what they do. They take their beaches very seriously. So I wasn't downtown Bahia. I wasn't downtown nowhere. I was at the beach, because that's where most of the people generally be at that particular time, especially around that time between 1 and 4. You'll see them at the beach most of the time. So yeah. So that's why I was at the beach when I met this young lady. Period. Okay. So, and that's where I'm coming from. She was walking with fish, which again, like I said, the thing that got me, I said, I wonder where she got those fish from. That's why I was wondering where she get the fish, because they were on a hook. So I'm not sure if she bought them that way or someone that just gave her the fish. I'm not sure. But
so you tell me they got Brazilian women that look finer than this lady on this picture, China White. You see how pretty her picture is? They got women look better than her because she banging.
Who's China White?
I can get a China White in America. I ain't got to go to Brazil.
Well, that's fine, bro.
That's made in America right there, baby. That's in Florida. I ain't got to go way to Brazil to get something look like that.
Yeah, but look, bro.
That's what you telling me, brother?
That's why I applaud you.
What's up, China White? What's up, baby?
So I in fact say, that's good for you. I mean, I can't.
I'm just saying, man, dude. Yeah. You telling me that when I got women in the United States that look like China White, I got to go way to Brazil to go get something else,
bro? Again,
help me understand that, brother. That don't make sense to me.
But you're still been.
They got cute women that look like Nisha.
I don't care, bro.
And they got women that's looking like Antonia.
That's what I'm saying.
They got women. They got all these beautiful women in the United States, but you tricking in Brazil.
If I travel, what am I gonna travel and keep my hands in my pocket? No, bro. If I travel to another place, if those women are there, whether they're doing that type of activity or not, I'm going to deal with those women that are there. I'm not going to be worried about women in America. I'm saying that. This what I'm getting at with these dudes, man. These dudes who worry about dudes who travel. I'm like,
Okay.
Is the fact that you don't want these dudes to travel? Because no one makes an argument when these sisters around here traveling and talking about how they meeting people and doing. No one debates and argues with them, and I find that very interesting. Very interesting. No one does that to them. These women will brag and tell you they travel. They will brag and tell you they.
But they don't want to tell you the tricking that they doing. Okay, that's the issue.
Listen what I'm saying.
If you trick, man.
Hold on a second.
They're being disingenuous, and that's where me and you are going different directions.
I'm telling you. So those women who travel, you think they fucking other men over there?
Yeah.
Okay then, but again, they're grown. So
and some of those women, and you know what? Some of those women pay for dick. Women trick.
But listen to what I'm saying. So that, in fact, to me, if she's a grown ass woman, she don't owe me no explanation why she over there fucking. That's her business.
But see, this is. I'm gonna say this statement. I'm gonna ask you this question. Then I'm gonna go to China White. Now, I'm gonna say this. They're the ones who are painting this picture about going across seasons so much is so bad. They the one saying these things. Nobody is. They brought the narrative. They brought this to the space. Nobody is getting on them for tricking. I'm saying quit lying about not tricking.
That's about not tricking, bro.
They all saying. See, that's the thing. They're not being honest. Just like to me, your story is a little fishy too. Since we're talking about fish, but I want to ask you this question, and I'm gonna go to China White. Did you offer to clean the fish for her?
No, I did not. Come on, that's a dumb question. Why would I want to clean her fish?
You're being a gentleman. You're a gentleman,
bro. I'm got out the shower, got my cologne on, looking all nice. I ain't doing
and so you met her smelling like fish.
You know, I'm not doing no woman's fish. Clean no fish, no woman. No.
All right, man. Let me.
May I say something?
Yeah. What's up, Queen? How you doing?
Hi, everything is good. Let me say this, because I hear a lot of this conversation, and a lot of these brothers are just pure fucking hypocrites.
Thanks.
This is the problem that everybody's having. Don't nobody care what you do with your cock. Don't nobody care what you do with your money. Don't nobody care what you do with your body. Don't nobody give a fuck. But when you preach that fucked up rhetoric that you preach, black women are sluts, black women being ran through, but you will fly to a country where the woman is literally a prostitute and say you will pay the prostitute because she's not American.
Okay.
So that right there is, you're being a pure hypocrite. Then y'all turn around and say that black women have a lot of partners. Black women sleep with anybody. But these same women that you sleep with, she sleep with everybody. You're not sleeping with a fucking virgin. You guys go there and you put your foot in your mouth, and then you come here because it's fine because you pay $40 for some goddamn head. We're not doing that. You can't be calling black women, oh, they've been ran through. You can't say nobody wants to date them. The thing is, black women don't want to date you. That is the thing. You don't see women killing men because they're rejecting men. No, men kill women because they're rejected and they don't like it. So in order, because you know these women don't like you, you'll go to another country and just pay for pussy. Just straight up fair. Don't sit here and try to feed lies talking about people care. No, nobody cares. But when you put your foot in your mouth, that's when everybody got to pull your card. Like, hold on, brother. Hold on. Y'all already said that y'all in the matrix, y'all took the pill, y'all don't lean on women, but you paying thousands of dollars to go find a woman to fuck a woman. Come on now, stop playing those games. That's something we're not going to do, because you're dealing with adults with a stable mind. We can think and we can comprehend. Nobody's stupid here. Y'all paying to play. And if y'all pay to play and be a trick, come on now, you're a giant. Let's just be honest. You'll stick your cock in anything. Let's just be honest about that. Because you stick your cock into a prostitute that slept with many men. She's been ran through. You don't care about your cock, and you pedestalizing pussy, but you don't want to say it. See, when it comes to me, I break that shit down. I don't care what you do with your money, but don't come back trying to shame other women because we're not paid prostitutes. Because we're not paid prostitutes, because women rather get a pussy to a nigga they like. And she don't care if she's giving it to Duggo, Pookie, Ray, Tyrone. That's the hold on, wait. I'm not done. You cannot get mad.
Right now,
you can't wait. I'm not done yet. I'm not done. 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 I'm not.
Hold on, Yeshua. Let her finish.
Yeah,
You gonna speak, brother?
Because you're paying John. You are a John. And then a lot of these brothers, they're not telling the truth. They getting those women pregnant and leaving them. That's what they're doing. They're getting those. Hold on, wait. Y'all not all using condoms. Let's just be honest now. Stop. Y'all not. Y'all one of those countries. Y'all getting those women pregnant and y'all leaving them there. Y'all are creating bastards and demons.
Oh my God.
You're not a leader. You're not a leader. You're not a teacher. You're not a provider, and you're not a protector.
Oh wow.
You're just a fucking. Hold on, wait. You're just a fucking John.
And see, and Darrell, and this is the problem. Now, she said all that to a guy that got no children. I've been responsible. But none that stuff. All that what she said do not fit my description, period. All that what she said don't fit nothing about me. Nothing about me.
So are you teaching these women?
Let me finish. Because
are you leading them?
I let you ramble. I let you ramble. Okay.
Are you providing?
So my point is again that I can only speak from my own experience. I can't speak for other brothers who travel. Okay, but I do know I see a lot of lying, and a lot of assumptions being made about dudes who do travel. A lot of assumptions. I in fact, like I told you to Darrell, and again, it's hard to kind of explain to people who don't travel. And it's hard to explain to people that already got a negative viewpoint of brothers who travel. It's hard to play. Even when they tell you the truth, they think you're lying to them. And I can't help that. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay? All right? They think I'm,
Just like you think the women here are liars, right?
This is my point. Now you walk around here. Hold on.
Like
go ahead, brother.
They want us to believe them, but they don't believe the people here.
Okay, so you walk around here acting like you're a virgin. But none of you are virgins. Period.
The
Okay?
women, they're not virgins either.
Hold on 1 second, let me finish. Women who get married, women who get married, none of you are virgins. So if in fact, if you're gonna be judgmental of people that travel, then you should be a virgin. If not, sometimes you need to be quiet.
What?
Wait a minute. How you gonna say somebody need to be a virgin?
Like,
come on.
The logic is all over the place.
Because if she came at me like instead of asking me first, well, this brother right here, he probably don't do none of that stuff you're talking about, sis. He probably not into that. He probably hasn't made women pregnant. Now, I in fact don't know any brothers who got women pregnant.
Shit. Come on. Now you being come on, man.
Darrell, I know dudes who go. And my point to you, Darrell, is that again, I'm saying I don't know any brothers who made any woman over there pregnant in my circle, the dudes I know, and have denied it. So I don't know about that. I can't speak for that.
Yeshua, I'm asking you this question. Were you strapping up in Brazil?
Yes, I was, brother. but bro, hold on. Wait a minute, bro.
Stop. No, bro. Listen, brother. I got a right not to listen. I'm not trying to offend you.
Conversation, Darrell. If I tell you the truth,
Yeshua, listen. I have a right not to agree, not to believe you.
May I say
go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Hold on, wait, brother. Hold on, real quick.
Hold on a second.
Okay, wait, brother. Let me just say this. You're the exception, right? You're the exception to the rule, right?
I'm not the exception. Right? I'm not a perfect person. I'm not even going there with that conversation.
Okay, wait. So, you saying that you're okay? Wait. Let's stop.
I can't hear you. Can you speak up? I can't hear you. Your mic is low.
Okay, brother. Listen. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Go ahead,
brother. Okay, brother. Don't nobody care about you going to other places and sleeping with women, but you do understand you're a John, right?
Okay, listen. This is my point again. That's what I'm saying. The emphasis is trying to shame dudes who do that.
How?
Period.
Just answer the question.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
I asked you a question. Are you going to answer it?
No.
I'm going to answer your question. I asked you one question. Are you going to answer it? Do you understand that you are a John?
Yes, I'm a John. Now.
Okay. Stop. Okay.
So you tricking.
Now, answer my question. Are you a man? Okay, was you a virgin and you got married and was you born?
I was a virgin. I was with my husband for over 15 years. Yes.
How many women are actually virgin when they get married?
Why does that care? Why do I care about that? Why do you care? Why do you care? I'm not on here. I'm not on here shaming women. I'm not doing that. You're doing that. That's your problem. You can't shame nobody when you are a John, brother. That's the logic that I'm getting to.
Man, hold on a second. You just shamed
do you understand what I'm saying? I can understand if I was shaming these women. Then you can point a finger at me, right?
Right?
But you can't shame nobody, and you're a walking John. Come on now.
That you don't even know. You just call them Johns based on the fact.
I asked you a question, you answered it. Y'all paying for pussy, you a John. Brother, you a John, brother. In America, you go to jail for that. You can't pay for you go to jail for paying for pussy, brother. You just go into other countries because you want to pay $1 on it. Bitches here in America are charging $200 and $300. Y'all can't afford that a pop. Stop. Stop.
No, I'm not stopping. I'm grown, sister. You don't gotta tell me to stop.
But you ain't gonna yell at me though. What you gotta yell at me for?
Okay. So, but Yeshua, you admitted to being a John, so you can't be mad at somebody calling you a John.
No. I admitted to that. Hold on a second. I admit because I'm telling you how truthful I am. Now,
okay.
Hold on a second, because Darrell.
You can't get mad because you pay for sex.
But Darrell, you just sit on this show and call me a liar 3 times.
No, I never called you a lie, man. I never did that. No, I was just insinuating that I like you to tell the truth.
You said that shit sounded fishy, nigga.
Another thing, I didn't say he lied.
No, nigga.
Okay, that's his opinion. If it sounds fishy, so what? If it sounds fishy, so what? If it sounds fishy, so what? Yes, it does sound fishy. Yes, it does. Now, what's next? It does sound fishy.
Darrell,
what's next? Y'all want people to believe y'all cock. Don't nobody believe your cock. That's your cock. Don't nobody believe that. You can't get upset because nobody believes that. We don't believe you. Sorry, brother. All y'all do is pedestalize pussy. You don't pedestalize your money. You don't pedestalize who you are. All you do is pedestalize pussy.
Okay.
Every time I'm
Damn,
hearing
Darrell,
brothers
you
talk
ain't
about
gonna get this shit under control, nigga.
It is under control.
No, nigga.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
I know you love the bullshit.
All right, China.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go, but I want him to go ahead and get his thoughts out. Then I'm gonna let you rebuttal.
He's saying a lie. Then
I'm gonna go to Red Pill.
You know me. She need to shut up. This is my point, Darrell. My point is this, bro. My point is this.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you get it out. Go ahead.
She, in fact, got on this phone, and I asked her, how many women are virgins that get married in America? Not very few of them. Period. They all. They all with another man. Hold on, bro, because if we're gonna be holding men, grown ass men that travel on their own accord, they ask nobody to give them money. They not asking nobody. They just doing it on their own. If we're gonna hold them accountable for some reason or another, I don't know what the fuck for.
You can't
accountable. Then we gotta hold these women accountable and say, well, y'all need to practice more about shutting your damn legs and stop worrying about another man that travels.
Okay.
What?
Okay, can I talk?
Hold on, let me give him a couple more minutes. Go ahead. Give him a couple more minutes.
Darrell, I done told you in this conversation, bro.
Yes, I'm listening.
6-7 times. I done told you the truth on everything.
I get it. I got you.
You don't get it because you keep saying that sounds fishy to me. Well, I don't believe that. I'm like, crazy, really?
He doesn't have to.
Brother, you told the story. I can't say whether it sounds fishy or not.
Oh my God.
So I'm telling you the story. So now I'm telling you the story. So when I told you that story, that's the actual fact story, bro. And that's on my mother's grave. That's an actual story.
Okay. If that's, but I have the right to say whether or not I believe it or not. I mean, I'm just saying I can't. This
Darrell, you
brother,
know what, Darrell, bro?
I'm not trying to say you're lying, but brother, if something don't sound right, it don't sound right.
In the case, bro, you and I should have a conversation, bro. That's the problem.
So I'm supposed to just believe everything you say with no pushback.
I'm saying to you, when you do what you do, okay. When you do that little trickery move that you're doing, and trying to trick brothers, and when brothers are be honest with you, instead of saying, well, maybe the dude's telling the truth, maybe he's telling you exactly what took place. Okay.
No,
I don't believe everyone. That's sad. May I answer?
I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to trick you into anything.
I can speak now.
But let me let China respond to you. Then I'm gonna go to Red Pill. Go ahead, China.
Okay, so this is the situation I'm hearing from a lot of these brothers. A lot of these brothers, they like it, to me. It's kind of like they want to hold the women in America accountable for the things that they do, but they'll go off and trick. And when we point out that you're tricking, hold on, when we point out that you're a trick, you can't hold me accountable to nothing when you a whole fucking giant. That's all I'm saying. Women do not, you know what women care about? Y'all want some real game? We don't care about men traveling out. We care about your money. Like, damn, he giving that money to another bitch now. Don't nobody care about y'all traveling. Women only care about them dollars. That's it. Now, do you actually believe any of those women from the other country that would deal with you if you was broke? No. When women look at men, they look for stability. If you're not her kryptonite, if you're not the dude to get her pussy wet, we look at your money. We look at your status. You men are going over there like you got money, and to those women, it's appealing. And let's just keep it 100. You're not getting the cream of the crop. Those women that's not married, they don't respect those women. Those men over there don't respect those women. Those are the women that's like the prostitute. They like the bottom feeders over there that the black man put them on a pedestal and they can't get married in their country because those men don't want them. Those are the women that you're sleeping with. Let's just make that very clear. Because the women there, they don't work. They have a man. They don't have to do anything but take care of their children. And if they work, they're working where their man know and they
As
work
a
for their
woman
family
should.
business.
As
Let
a
me
woman
finish,
should.
please.
Take care of her
Are you
kids.
gonna let me finish? Are you letting me finish or not? Are you gonna interrupt me?
Not saying nothing.
So when can somebody mute that background is loud?
Okay, let me see. Okay, go ahead. We got it.
Okay. So the thing is, like, you can go do what you want to do. Ain't nobody crying about that. But when you try to hold other people accountable, when you a walking, breathing John, which means you pay for sex, you pedestalize pussy, and on top of that, you know that this is a prostitute. You will stick your cock in that. So I don't want to hear anything about a person that'll put their health. You will put your health on the line. I don't want to hear you. You can't say nothing to me if you will sleep with a known prostitute. The woman straight out telling you, I pay
She's not
you.
saying
I'm
that.
not done. Let me finish. Let me
Hold
finish.
on,
Let me finish.
we let you speak. Let her. You gonna have your chance, but I gotta let everybody speak.
Right,
I'm gonna let
right.
Red Pill go then eyes. Hold on, Joshua. You're gonna
Can't
get your chance. Go ahead.
can't no man act like he's a teacher, leader, guider, and provider when he's paying for sex. You're paying a known prostitute, and you will put your life in jeopardy for the sake of busting a nut. Which means that you're corner minded, in my opinion. You lean on lust. So if you lean on lust, you can't tell me or teach anything. You can't. You are a John. And that's the bottom of the barrel. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, let me go to Red Pill. Go ahead. What's up, Red Pill?
Man, this conversation just spiraled out of control. I don't even know where to start, man.
Go ahead.
Me
Just start what you
personally,
want. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna look down on a man if he pay for pussy or not. I'm not gonna like. I can care less if he pay or not. If this man enlightening the community, if this man promoting health and wealth to the community, at that point in time, I really don't care. If you're the best person you are, bro, go ahead and trick and do your thing, bro. And another thing, she said, prostitutes. Hey, it's people out here sucking and fucking and not even using condoms out here. Some of the dirtiest people I know are just regular people. You feel me? Like we y'all act like every time y'all have sex, you're at risk of getting STDs and anything like that. So you don't know who that person you're dealing with, where they've been at. So it's just I just don't know at this point, man. Like I don't understand.
So Red Pill. Let me say this, Red Pill. Let me say this, Red Pill. The issue. Listen, I'm not trying to tell a man he can't do what he can with the money he earned. These guys are creating a false narrative that they going across seas, just like Joshua doing, talking about he just bundled. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Yes, hold on. I'm not saying you. Hold on. Wait. Okay, yes, sir. Let me finish. Yes, sir. Let me finish. Hold on, yes, sir.
Bro, God,
yes, sir. Let me finish. You stumbling across these women, and y'all fucking for the free. That just ain't computing for me, Red Pill.
That's not computing for you. That people.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because
so you telling me I can't meet somebody out the country?
You're changing the
we
narrative.
Just seem like
Stop.
we cool, and somehow we just fuck. So that's
but
not
the
possible
men are
at
saying
all.
they pay for it.
What I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
You got to understand. You're not meeting women from first world. These are second and third world countries where these women need money. They don't even know where their next meal coming from. You think they're gonna fuck you for the free and they ain't got no money? I'm sorry, man. That ain't happening.
No, they admitted, no, the men admit to it. The men say yes, we paid them for sex. Yes, the men are saying that. The men say they would rather go to the country and pay those women for sex. Don't try to switch the narrative here. The narrative is that you are a John. So if you are a John, you cannot. Hold on, wait. If you are John, how could you point your finger out at that single mother? How could you do that?
I didn't. I didn't put my finger.
No.
Let me finish. Let me say something. I point my finger when you begin to attack me. That's when I point my finger.
I ain't attacking you.
Okay, let me go to Eyes. Let me let Eyes speak.
Okay.
Again, I'm gonna go back to you, Yash. I'm gonna give you back the floor.
Okay.
Hey, Queen, what's up? You see you looking nice out there. Where you at?
She looks good.
I'm in Chinatown having a cup of coffee. The music is in the background, but can y'all hear me?
No, we good. You good.
Okay. Well, you know,
we can hear you.
I first came in, Dita Rell, when I heard Yeshua talking about a woman in a bikini on the
carrying
beach
fish.
With fish. Yes. And then he said, if I had a camera, I would have took a picture. And I said, the first thing that came to mind was, how long ago was that? And what kind of phone did you have that you didn't have a camera?
What?
Was she basically saying if you had a phone, like how long ago was that? Because everybody got a camera on their phone. Like, was this years ago before? Was this like decades ago, or was this in the 2000s?
No, this is the 2000s. Look.
So you mean to tell me in the 2000s you didn't have a phone that had a camera?
No, I did have a phone that had a camera, but at the time I said if I had a camera, meaning that a regular camera, not my phone camera, a regular camera, because that's why I was getting that. So no, okay. I didn't take a picture of her. No, I didn't take a picture of her with my phone camera. No, I did not.
Okay. Next question.
Sound a little fishy there.
Okay. Next question.
Go ahead.
I had to chime in for a second. I just want to piggyback off. Hi, ladies. I never met you before, but how y'all doing today? I would be honest with you, Dita Rell.
Yes, ma'am.
If this is the representation, what's the name of this group? It's like the SYB.
It's SYSBM and the Passport Brothers.
I would be honest with you, in Red Pill, I don't want to associate you with this group of people because I'm thinking you're a little younger, so you have a fighting chance to be successful in life.
Why would you say that?
Because hold on. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to associate you with this, but I honestly believe, Darrell, that most of these men are a group of degenerates because they're not offering anything wherever they go. They literally are telling you to your face the only thing that they're worried about is having some type of sexual intercourse with an opposite sex in another country. And that's the only thing that comes up. Now, unless there's some other men they can give another point of view, I wouldn't even take these guys serious. And that's just my personal opinion. Now, in reference to Mr. Yeshua, I have a question for you, and this is respectfully. Are you in America or are you in another country right now?
I'm right here in this bullshit.
Huh?
I'm right here.
Okay, so you're in America?
Yeah.
Okay, my question is, if you're subscribing to this group of people, what was your purpose and agenda and your goal at hand as a grown man that's now in his 50s? What was the benefit of supporting a group? What was the point of it?
What group you talking about? What group?
You're subscribing. Come on,
the Passport Brothers, brother.
No,
the Passport Brothers. My question is,
okay, now, let me answer that.
Where's the Brazilian? You don't have a woman, and you're back in America.
Okay, hold on. So let me answer that. Okay, well, first of all, I'm not part of a group. Period. Now, Darrell, bro, this is why I'm disappointing you, bro, because last week I thought I got that kind of ironed out with you. I'm not part of no group. I'm not the manosphere. I'm not none
Yeah,
of
but
that.
other people, you gotta understand, different
Okay, now,
people are listening, and this is their first time.
so my point is that I'm not part of no group. I'm
Right.
coming from my own experience, my own examples within my own life.
But you watch the Passport Brothers though. You watch
Yeah.
quite a few of the guys though.
No,
You
I
support
watch
them.
the dudes. Hold on, Darrell. I watch the dudes who do the travel vlogs, and I'm telling you, those dudes are not part of the manosphere. None of them dudes are part of that shit. Those,
Yes,
What?
I have to make a comment.
Stop it.
Darrell, I have to make a comment really
No,
quickly.
man.
No,
Okay.
Darrell, listen.
Darrell,
Darrell,
This is
listen
ugly.
what
can
I'm
I
saying.
Go ahead, man. Go. I'm letting you speak,
Okay,
Yashua. But
all them dudes who do travel vlogs are not part of the manosphere.
okay, you're
sir?
right. Some of them are not.
Why
Some,
that? You know, Darrell. So why was it a shock to you when I said that? They're not
because,
part of the manosphere.
brother, I used to beef with these brothers since 2020.
Okay.
I know very few. The Passport Brothers and SYSBM joined forces
I'm not
in
part of that
19.
group, bro. I'm not part of that. That's what I'm
I
trying
know.
to tell you.
Okay.
So I'm saying, Jackson said, all those apes, they're not part of no man. They don't even get in those conversations. They're
Okay.
not part of none of that. That's what I'm. That's what
Okay,
I'm
we
jumping
good.
down.
I
This
get you. I
conversation
get
is
you.
crazy.
I get you. So my thing is this: you support guys that go across seas, right? And you watch their content. Is that correct?
I support the travel vlog because I don't know all the dudes who go over there. I don't.
Okay.
So
All right.
again,
Malachi,
last week
you gonna finish?
when I told you
You gonna eat that whole thing?
when I asked
Why
you,
can't you
they
just
travel,
answer the
those,
question simple? Why do you
travel
go into
vlog
these
dudes.
facts?
When I asked you who were they, you couldn't tell me because the dudes I know don't do that.
I can tell you the Passport people that I know. I
Okay,
know a bunch.
that you know, but the ones I know, they don't get in these conversations, man. They don't.
Okay.
They don't get these
Okay,
conversations.
brother, what are
They
they
not-
flying to
they're
other
not-
countries for, brother?
they're
Can you
not-
answer the question?
Because they're
What?
grown women do it. They're grown
Okay,
women.
wait, brother, wait. You just answered the question. Okay, so
So
y'all
what's the
doing it.
problem?
Wait. The question. This is, brother. This is what you gotta understand. You guys are making a lot of noise. So when people have questions, you can't get upset and angry. You
No,
have to
I'm
know
not
how to.
angry
But
because you asked me that question before and I told you.
okay, brother. But the young lady asked you a question and then you went on a spat. You don't have to do that. It's a very
What you mean
direct
on the spot?
question.
What you mean
People
on the
want
spot?
a very direct answer. You're not giving an answer. You're acting like you're hiding something, and it's weird why you're
Okay.
acting like
What
this.
did she ask me?
Why are you
What
acting
did she
like this?
ask me?
Can you calm down?
No, a sister. I think her
Brother,
name.
can you calm the fuck down?
Okay, sisters, please stop it. Okay.
No,
And I'm
you
gonna tell
stop.
you, guess what? Hold on, y'all. I'm letting my son hear this conversation, and he's 17 years old,
Okay.
and
Tell me
he's about to be
when you
18.
say,
So
sister,
he actually
that I missed.
he just started laughing. He started
Ask me
literally
when you
laughing,
say that I missed.
huh?
Ask
How
me
old is he, Oz?
where'd you say when I missed? What did I miss? Because she said that I missed something and I didn't answer it.
The direct
What did
questions we were
I ask
asking.
you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I asked you a couple questions, but my question was, whatever the acronym is for this group of guys, you say you don't
Okay.
subscribe to it, but you're showing the characteristics of a person that would be in that type of association. Hence, men that travel outside of the United States of America to look for women. And my question for you is, you're not in another country, you didn't get married, you don't have any children, and you're back in America. So my question was, what did it benefit you in the long run? Because it still seems like there's a void within
Well,
yourself.
what it benefited me from, this how it benefited me. It benefited the fact that I was able to get away. But that's number one. I was able to get away. I eat different foods, etc., all those type of things. That's
Okay.
the benefit in traveling. Okay, that's the benefit. As far as the women are concerned, that's just the extra stuff. Okay, so again, that's what. So I'm answering your question now. As far as the group, like I told you, I'm not part of no group. Okay, I'm not part of the SYC, whatever you want to call them. I'm not a member of those dudes. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, if he's not part of the group, why is he on a panel when we're talking about the group? We're not. If you're not a part of the group, it's weird to me because these brothers literally they say in their live streams the reasons why they travel. It's never about money. They always showing pictures of different women. They always talking about where you can get it for the low. It's always about a fucking woman. It's not about no job. I never hear, okay, you can invest here. No, it's where you can stay at and where they have the best women at, the more nice women, how much women prices are, how they look. These women, it's always about women. So this is my thing. If it's about women, and nobody is mad because you guys are grown and traveling. This is where the problem come in, because you guys are hypocrites. So you can't be a hypocrite, point fingers at one thing without pointing a finger at yourself.
Okay,
do you understand that, brother?
Okay, so I'm saying, what are hypocrites for? Because you're not explaining to me why you call them hypocrites.
Because these same brothers, they're telling brothers to save themselves from black women.
Facts.
But then turn around, go deal with the same women that are lower than the black woman. Do you understand that, brother? Do you understand that?
Okay, I get what you're saying. So I'm saying to you again, those brothers who travel and do that again, they do what they do. Now, if they're telling brothers to in fact travel and this and the black women, all that, do I disagree with all that? No, I do not. But my point is that again, that's their opinion. That's just their opinion. It don't make it right. So why are they even bothering you? Why is it bothering you if it's
no? It's not bothering anybody, brother. You keep saying that. No. Wait. Let's stop.
Hold on, finish. Why is it bothering you that these dudes have that opinion? Pure, just like you just did. Your opinion was that dudes are
okay. I'm gonna tell you why.
Because they being disingenuous. That's why.
You can't wait. Wait.
What are you doing? Disingenuous,
brother. This is what you're saying. This is exactly what you're saying. It's okay to talk about a group of people, make videos, spin a false narrative, affect other people's lives that may be looking for help. It's okay for them to do it. That's their opinion. No, it's not right. That's why you got a lot of people pointing out. Hold on, wait. Let me finish. Because you pissing me the fuck off, nigga. Shut the fuck up while I'm talking. Shut your fucking mouth, nigga. You're disrespectful. You're disrespectful. You're disrespectful. And you act like you don't know when somebody else is talking.
Call her, bro.
And you act like you don't know how to shut up. You're disrespectful.
Call her, bro, because I didn't disrespect her.
Okay, China, let's. I know you're getting heated, baby, but let's just.
I'm gonna jump down. I can't do this with the hypocrites. I can't.
Okay, this is my point. This is my point, bro.
He already made a point. He would never let me finish. He would never let me finish. Let me finish. No, I want to finish.
Okay. Yes, well, let her get her thought, because you complain the same. So let her get her thoughts out, and you can rebuttal. And then after that, I'm gonna go to my brother Dante.
Okay. This is so when I hear men say, this is what men say. The women in other countries, it's not a problem. You can travel, you can do what you want to do. I don't care what brother do with their cock. I don't care. I don't care anything. But when I listen and you're trying to point out, spin a narrative on a certain group of people, and I listen to you and you put your whole foot in your mouth, that's where the problem come in for me. Because I'm like, hold on, brother, you just sat there and fucking lied. I got a problem with that. Now, when they say that the women are submissive, nice and sweet, of course. Have you ever been to a brothel, brother? Have any men have ever been to a brothel? They're going to make you feel special. And they don't just make you feel special. They're very submissive in those brothels. You know why? Because you have money. You have money. This is something men must understand. But if you're a man, you don't understand that. You think, oh my God, she's nice, she's sweet, she likes me. She only likes you for the money in your pocket. And a lot of brothers, it's okay. I know you cool to pay to play, but if you cool to pay to play, stop spinning out a false narrative, because if you go there broke, the women not gonna fuck you. Stop playing. Okay, they're not gonna fuck you if you're broke. Okay? I'm gonna jump down too.
All right, baby. I appreciate your commentary.
All right.
All right. Okay, Dante, what's up? Then I'm gonna go back to Yashua. What's up?
Yeah, like the sister was addressing that was up here, it's misleading. You know, these brothers, they come up here on these platforms, and they would mislead the masses. You know, they're worse than charlatans and crooked preachers. That's all they is. They profit off of people's pain and misery. All these guys are doing is just getting a YouTube check off of some of these dudes that's been hurt, that's been through trauma with women. Even they've been maybe even been through trouble and trauma with their own mothers. Some of these, you know, a lot of these dudes, like I said when I was on here last week on your panel, a lot of these dudes, they're socially awkward. Some of them are not good looking. You know what I mean? Some of them are just weirdos and creeps. You know, and yeah, and some of and these guys that be on these YouTube channels, they know that, and they profit off of it. See what it is. See, the problem, the biggest problem is the YouTube is a major media platform. Media itself is very very influential. You know, anytime you use that to mislead, manipulate anyone, you is lower than the lowest of a maggot. And I'm gonna just leave it there, brother. I'll pass the mic.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Joshua, then I'm gonna go to Red Pill, then back to Eyes. Okay, go ahead, Joshua. Any response?
Yeah, well, I don't see how these brothers is misinforming anybody. I tell you the truth. I think, like I said before, I think a lot of these dudes are just stating an opinion. Now, I per se don't agree with everything them dudes are saying if they're saying these things. But again, that I think you don't talk about a group of dudes that I in fact don't even pay attention to. So at the same time, you know, again, no one is telling me. Again, I think it's more to say that these dudes are traveling. These dudes are grown. These dudes can do what the fuck they want to do. They happy in doing what they do, whether you think they're spending money, a lot of money on these women or not. That's their business. I really don't care. As long as they're not hurting other people, that's what matters. And again, that's my thesis. That's part of my thesis statement right there.
Okay.
A lot of these dudes are not hurting anybody. Again, as far as someone being a hypocrite, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. I think that I've been as truthful as possible. The two times I've been on this show, I've been as truthful as possible. If you don't like that, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. So that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. What's up, Red Pill? Any response?
Yeah, so I think the conversation is getting lost as far as like the focus of people traveling. You have people traveling going for other reasons, man. When it comes to start, you have people going there and living like paying rent for like $200.
Right.
Now, if you making American dollars and you paying $200 in rent, you know what you can do with that money and start your own business and do your own thing in a different country. It's so many opportunities over there that we don't even have over here because our money don't stretch as long as it do in America. You can probably buy you an apartment building and do your thing, man, and rent that shit out, bro. It's so much more things that should be put above women. That's probably the last thing on my list, to be real with you. Because if I'm somebody who's into web development and can work at home, you give me the option to work in America or outside the country, I'm gonna have to go with outside the country because I was looking at some Airbnbs, and in Tampa, Florida, you can probably for like 1 month you can rent a plot of land for $800. If I would go to Cape Town, South Africa, I can get some shit for $900, have a nice view at the beach, nigga, a goddamn pool in that shit, like a whole gym. Like, bro, you give me those two options, nigga, I'm going to Cape Town. I don't give a fuck what nobody saying.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing, Red Pill. You come from an immigrant family, so you look at things a little different. Like you probably been to Jamaica a whole bunch of times. You didn't.
Oh yeah, I double back there a few times.
So that's what I'm saying. So you looking at this a little different, but this is what I'm saying. Those guys that do these travel channels, the stuff you talking about, they not doing that.
No, some of them are doing that. Let's not be real. A lot of them are gaining skills to go travel.
Like who? The only person that I've seen, You know a guy by the name of E.D. Cole?
I heard some about him.
E.D. Cole. I've known him for. He was in the Manosphere. He used to go on O'Shea Channel. I think he's in Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic. E.D. Cole is the only person besides Charles. Even Charles Tyler didn't even. Don't you all know Charles Tyler, the one who started this online? He died broke. Charles Tyler died broke.
Yeah,
he didn't have money to bury himself. So a lot of these. So I'm just looking at it for what it is. I get what you're saying, and I actually feel what you talking about, Red Pill. But the guys who channels are really popping like that, they're not talking about the economics. Now that's something that really needs to be talked about more. That's actually something that needs to be discussed more. But everybody not talking about that.
You're right, and that's where the conversation is getting lost, because now you have disgruntled women feeling some type of way about men actually leaving. Now, me personally, I just feel like they're comparing the women to
peace and love,
foreign to American. They just comparing the two, and they feeling like, hey, the women over here have better service. They feel like they're more agreeable, and they just feel like they're more feminine. And we know the culture that we live in is we have masculine women over here. Let's just be real with you.
Let's say this. I don't think it is. I think the women in America are just as feminine as anyone else.
They have the choice to be.
I'm gonna say this. They're gonna be feminine to the men that they want to be with. Men that they really are suspicious about, or if they not, you can't expect a woman to be feminine and all this stuff if you mistreating her. So they're going to basically behave according to the man that they with. So let me go to Eyes, and then I'm gonna go to Conscious Energy. What's up, Eyes? Anything on this?
Well, it's a couple things.
Yes.
Can you hear me clearly? Because I have on my headphones.
You good?
Okay.
You good?
So I mean, it's two dynamics going on, D-Darrell. I'm assuming everybody that's on this platform says that they're black. So when you're traveling abroad as a black person, you know, you can enjoy the luxuries of your American passport. But when you get to the actual country, you're going to clearly see that these people are going through the same disparities in classism, colorism, right? So when these men specifically go to other, they like to talk about Latin America, or they go to the South Pacific. I don't really hear these men talking about going back to Africa. The men that I hear talking about going back to hold on, because I'm part of a couple groups. There's a doctor by the name of Dr. Badale that helps black men or women repatriate back to Africa. So what I'm going to say is the difference, I believe, is the people that are pro-black, pro-community, pro-growth in our people as the African diaspora, their main topic is not specifically about women. Their topic is about encouraging and building blackness throughout the world as a globalization, not specifically talking about, because once you get to the root of the matter, it's the same problems wherever you go. It's called racism, classism, colorism, making people feel like they're second-class citizens. Why do you think that you are going to go to another country, and just because you want to get laid, you're going to change the dynamics of those black people that are in those countries? Because at the end of the day, you're still talking to black women.
Facts. And nobody talks about going to Africa from these. And matter of fact,
talk about going to Africa. So
that came up.
Talk about going to Africa.
That actually came up on a channel in the Manosphere about. Nobody talks about going to Africa.
Men in the Manosphere talking about South Africa, Nigeria, Ethiopia.
Joshua, when did you go to Africa, Joshua?
Bro, Darrell, I have not yet been.
Okay.
Okay, hold on, bro.
Okay.
I have not yet been African, but when you make a blanket statement, what you just said, like the brother Red Pill just said, he said, no, there are brothers talking about going to the continent. There are.
I don't know him.
Going to the continent. So
y'all just mad because it's not a black woman. Y'all mad because they fucking on Latinos.
This is my
nobody mad.
No, not right, because they still have the most amount of black people.
Let me say to the sister, what the sister said was 100% right. I agree with her 100%. Okay, I agree with you 100% on that. Okay, but the issue is, like I said, they have made the subject about tricking. That's the problem. Like
no, the Passport Brothers made it about lying about tricking.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. It was the Passport Brothers. It was not. Like you said to me last week, Darrell, they said it all started what? Because someone said that brothers was pooping on sisters who traveled, and I said, who did that? I said, who did that? Because I can't find out. One brother, and I talked to another brother who's also a traveler. He said, who said that? Because he don't even know anybody that poops on black women that travel. He don't even know them. So I'm saying that again. We have all these assumptions and assuming that these dudes are doing that when they keep comparing us to the manosphere, and some of us don't even know what the manosphere is. I know what the manosphere is, okay, but a lot of them dudes don't know what the manosphere is, okay. So I'm saying that again. What she said was 100% right, but I think the problem is we can't get past the fact what brothers could be doing in South America. Everybody keep talking about what he's doing for a sex. That's the problem.
You know what? None of this wouldn't be a big issue on the internet and YouTube streets if these SYNB movements and all the rest of these other movements would not use black women as an excuse. If they would not use black women as some kind of prop to further their agenda, it wouldn't have been. We wouldn't have such clapback and vitriol towards y'all type of channels if y'all would just leave black women names out y'all mouths when you do it. Y'all could just travel. Just do it. You don't have to use black women as an excuse or some kind of reason to do what you're gonna do, but y'all don't do that. What y'all do? Y'all keep black, y'all constantly have black women names in y'all mouth. Y'all constantly compare other black women to other women. But you want to know what makes it so fucking weird and hypocritical and contradictory about it, that y'all deal with these dirty foot prostitute low.
It just sounds like you assume everybody fucking on prostitutes.
Low hanging fruit women. That's the biggest issue of it all. We don't listen. We don't care. We're happy if black men enjoy themselves overseas. We don't, but the issue is if you got to use black women, if you got to drag black women just to do that as an issue, especially if you comparing black women to some women overseas that's prostitutes, dirty foot, and scoundrel looking bitches. You know what I mean? It's an issue, man. That's an issue. It's weird. It's weird that y'all would do that. It is weird that y'all would compare dirty foot, prostitute, no good ass women to your own women, dragging your own women over some nasty ass prostitute bitches. It's weird, dude, and it's hypocritical.
Hey, Darrell, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Okay, I thought that was Darrell talking.
No, that was Dante talking.
Okay, Dante, let me ask you a question. Okay, you say dirty foot women, all this shit. Are there what black men who have a travel vlog has did that? You produced that to me, a video of any of those brothers who travel vlog, not the manager, because you know what you're gonna get from them. But my point is, show me a travel vlog, Dante. Okay, show me a travel vlog, brother, of these brothers doing that. Show me.
Did this man just ask me that stupid question?
No, that's not stupid. You keep saying it, jackass. So I'm telling you, if you in fact can prove to me, show me a video where you got travel vlog brothers showing and pooping on black women in their videos. Show me.
Passport Bros, SYNB, and the fucking manosphere. You're all one of the same. You all fucking drag black women just to push
y'all don't do it, man. Let's not say that.
Exactly. See, that's my point, bro.
Yes, y'all do. Yes, y'all do. Yes, y'all do.
I mean,
y'all always compare black men. Y'all always compare black women to other women.
Again, I'm asking you a question again. I asked you a question, and I know you can't produce it because you can't produce it. That's why I know you can't produce it. That's why I'm asking you. So I'm saying to you, because you can't produce that, will you find brothers who got regular travel vlogs, who out there pooping on black women? They're not doing that. And I know that for a fact. The regular traveling brothers are not doing that. Okay, period. Now, if you go to the manosphere dudes, yeah, they're going to give you what you want to hear. But
y'all one of the same. SYNB and Travel Bro, Passport Bros. Y'all always do. Y'all one of the same. Y'all one and the same.
Look at it. See, he keeps saying it over and over again because you know what? He don't have a comeback. He can't come back. He can't say anything. That's the problem.
You know what I'm saying is true. Anybody on this panel could tell you. I'm asking D Darrell.
Yes.
I'm asking you a question.
What's up, brother?
And if and you ain't gotta agree with me, D Darrell, but let me ask you this question, D Darrell.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever seen a SYB channel or listen, don't interrupt me. Have you ever seen an SYB channel or Passport channel, brother? Have you ever seen them not talk about black women? Yes or no?
All the time.
Yes. Okay, that's my answer.
I think they're just comparing the women from here to where whatever location they're at, bro.
That's the problem right there. Comparing, there you go. Comparing women, comparing
I can
women
compare the
to
women
other
and not talk down on them.
No, you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do it at all. Only thing you got to do is just talk about traveling.
Let me ask you a question, brother.
So I can't make no comparison just because y'all feelings gonna be hurt.
Right.
Nope.
Because y'all tripping.
Hey, Dante.
Y'all comparing other women overseas. Y'all comparing dirty foot prostitutes. It is very hypocritical and it's very weird that y'all would do some shit like that on a major media platform. Y'all would do some shit like that. Don't y'all know y'all making black man looking?
Do that. You have other people.
That shit is buffoonery and it make black man look bad.
Hey, Dante. Do black women compare black men to other men?
Yeah, they do. But we ain't talking about black women. We talking about black men.
No.
Okay, hold on, guys. I need to let Eyes get in. She been quiet for a second. Go ahead, Eyes. Go ahead, Queen.
I do want to go back to what Red Pill said. Just an observation. When I had mentioned the thing about the difference between black men that repatriate back to Africa and their goals and black men that are going abroad to sleep with foreign women, he had made a comment, and I want to make sure I heard you correctly, Red Pill. You kind of suggested that maybe we were upset as black women that you guys were talking to women that weren't black. So my question is, what's the difference? Because when you go to Brazil, they have the largest population of black people outside of Africa. When you go to Dominica, those people are black. They're just from another country. So in essence, y'all are still going to go talk to melanated people. Why do you think that black women need to be jealous of other women because they might be something of a mulatto? Like, we don't look the same. Have you seen black women in America? We have all different types of phenotypes. All of us do not look alike. And it's like this thing of trying to make it seem like we're jealous of other women. And it's kind of ironic because everybody emulates black women. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly, Red Pill, because I don't think we're jealous of women from other countries, honestly. Just because we might
color
get hair
isn't really the problem. It's more of a cultural thing.
No, but I'm just saying, when you said it, you was like, oh, they're
I said that to D Darrell because for some reason he really feels some type of way about the women in Brazil, like they not black.
They are.
I never said the women in Brazil wasn't black.
You called them dirty foot, bro.
Yeah. Well, when I lived in Florida, that's the they used to.
You're
call
talking
them.
about black
they
people, D Darrell.
No, that's called you dirty. When I
let me
lived
say
in Florida,
that. Yes, I did call them dirty feet, but the thing about it is, those guys are not even messing with the Afro Brazilian.
That's not
bro, does it matter, bro?
Most of
does it matter?
Most of them ain't even. Most of them ain't even messing with the Afro. They going to the Philippines. Look, I know these guys. These guys y'all talking about. I've been knowing these guys for over 2 to 3 years. I'm gonna tell you the country. Hold on. Let me say this. This is me coming from people that I personally know offline. These guys, I know a guy right now on the West Coast. He been in this space for years. He went to Cambodia and got a woman. I know another guy got a woman from the Philippines. I know another woman got a lady from Colombia, the DR. Some of them they're not Afro-Brazilian. They're not Afro-Colombian. They're not.
Okay.
Come on, man. Let's be real on this.
Okay. Let me say, and Darrell, and let's be real, bro. Now, again, take it from a guy who's been there. Okay, now the dudes that I've seen over there.
Oh Lord.
Okay, again.
Go ahead. You always saying, wait, Yashua, I gotta say this. How come it is that you always see something different than everybody else?
Yeah, because you're painting, you're saying things that's not true by saying.
Go ahead.
You just stated in a big way. You just made a observation. You said, well, they're not even messing with Afro Brazilians.
They not.
They are. They are.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, they are now.
So my question is, what's the big difference? I'm confused.
Hold on a second. What Red Pill was saying, he's also correct. That some of them dudes, when they go over there as well, they might not like deal with the Afro Brazilians that much.
Why not?
Hold on.
See, that's the problem right there. Why not?
He just told on himself.
No,
exactly.
I'm telling you, they might deal on what they like.
Was the woman carrying the fish an Afro Brazilian?
No, yes, she was.
Okay.
Yes, she was.
That was convenient to say, but okay.
I know you don't believe me. She called me a liar, bro. That's the 4th time.
I ain't call you a liar.
You did, bro. You did, bro.
Okay, so you telling me these men are dealing with Afro Brazilian women?
I would say there's a portion of the dudes on there. You say you want the truth. I'm giving you the truth. There's a portion of those men who mess with Afro Brazilian women. Yes, they are.
Okay, let me go to Kwafi Nino. What's up, brother?
Nino. Yeah, hey, bro, how you do, D-Rail?
What's up, player?
Oh man, I was gonna come up on the last show, but I just said no. Let me just see what part 2 is gonna be like. Now, I'm not here to go against nobody. I'm not even here to go against Yeshua, but I do think you need to stand in your truth a little bit more, bro, and just say what it is, because when you get on a platform with a couple people who can have questions, they're gonna want to know, did you go there? What did you go there for? That's not.
Again, I don't get it. I don't understand. When I done stated this over and over again.
No. But let me
say this because again, you keep having the emphasis on. Hold on.
You haven't been clear. Hold on, bro. Hold on. It's my turn. Just hold on. But you have not been fully clear. Now, you did say that you did not go for black women when you went there the last time.
No, I didn't say that. I never said that.
Black women treated you over here. The other women drilled you on the panel last week.
Okay, but I've never said no. That's what I'm saying. I was never anti-black women when I went to Brazil. Never.
Okay,
and I didn't say that last week.
That's cool, but one would think that you were simply because you just kept talking about what black women had done to you growing up.
Okay, now that's my own experience, and that's where I was coming from. Okay, that's kind of a different subject. Okay, so yes, I agree with you on that 100%. Yeah.
Okay, now me being in space for 6.5 years, first of all, just being in the cut for a while and starting my own channel. I'm a documentary channel, and I did a documentary called "The Pookies and the Ray Rays Is There a Place for Us?" And I noticed that even the passport bros, the PUA bros, and the educated lanes, they would call them. And I don't believe in calling brothers educated lanes unless they start to shit on other black brothers. See, now, what I learned about the pickup brothers and the passport brothers, what they do, they would go over there, think that they found this, newfound, male Stella got a groove back type shit. And when they come back, they still complaining. And then if they can't complain on the women, then they want to blame it on the other brothers in the spaces. We got all different kind of brothers in the spaces, whether they Pookie, whether they Ray, we're all here for help, and I think that's where we got to get out of thinking that because you're part of the passport brothers that you're perfect and that you're a leader. You have to earn that first. Half of these dudes can't even tell you what a leader is. So my thing is, if you do your thing, man, you do your thing. That's no problem. Nobody ain't dick policing, and all of that. But you got to stand in your truth, because if you go with a whole bunch of other brothers that you say that you cool with, they're gonna come back over here and tell it. So how do you think we know all this stuff?
Okay, now let me say this. As far as I kind of keep hearing this word about leadership and all that. The days of black men being leaders, I think that the only thing that black men is qualified to lead is his family. That's it.
Oh, see, I knew it.
Fact, Yeshua. Fact.
Oh,
Let me finish.
God.
Let me finish. The only thing he's qualified to lead is his family.
So
Today,
you're trying to say a black man
oh my
can't be a
God, can
leader?
I finish? I just
Because
got
this is, I can't.
yeah, right,
I can't.
okay, that's right.
You're not qualified to
No, no,
lead.
no, no. I am qualified. So my
So why
point
would you
is,
just say that?
so, because it's a fact. The only
No,
thing
it's
that
not a
black men
fact.
are
That's
That's
not
a
a
qualified for.
fact.
fact.
Okay,
So
can I
so you're
finish?
trying to tell me I
Can
don't
I
know
finish?
black leaders.
Okay,
You're trying to tell me I don't know black men that lead.
okay.
You're
So
trying to tell me
For the
that black men are
majority of men,
CEOs. We're
their
only
job,
13
most
point.
men' job is to lead their
So what are
household.
they
well,
doing?
it's a
Why,
leader.
why don't you just say, okay, man,
Okay, let me
this is
finish.
what
Nation building start at home.
Okay, this is
Can I finish?
degenerate.
So
I get that
You just
part too,
told me that you're.
brothers.
I can't
I
get
do
it.
get
no,
that
no,
part
no, let me finish.
about
You
leaving your
asked me
home.
a
But
question.
at the same
Let me
time, if you're
finish.
a leader, when you
You asked
stand
me a
up,
question. Let me
people
finish.
want to see
So
that.
I
People
So
want to
you
see
mean
that.
to tell me, what about you? You don't have any
oh,
kids. You
okay.
don't
So
have a
I'm telling
wife.
you,
So you're
the
trying to tell
only
me
thing that
if you
black
can't
men
lead your home, you can't
they
lead
are
anything?
qualified to do. See, this is what they do with the what
No, I'm asking you a question. You should be a
but you
leader.
gotta
You
let
should
me
be running a
finish.
business. You should be doing that. You don't even have no kids. You got 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to do something with yourself.
Well, you know what? We're not going to shame them for not having kids because there's
No,
a lot of
that's what
men.
I'm saying. If you
Okay,
listen to
this
what
is
I'm
my
saying,
point.
can you just mute him real quick, please?
Okay, this is my point. Again,
No.
let me finish my point.
Oh, I can't take it. It's
But
too
don't let
frustrating.
me be
I
Y'all
quiet.
can't.
Okay,
expect other
okay,
black
okay,
men to carry the
Yeshua.
load for everybody else.
No, because it's
That's not gonna
bullshit.
work.
What I'm
Okay, hold
saying,
on.
We already
it's
see that
bullshit.
with
It's
Rail, how his
bullshit.
feelings hurt.
Right. So
My
No,
feelings ain't hurt
because
about shit.
Nigga,
what
your
I'm
I don't know
can
feelings
you
what you
hurt.
talking about.
Nigga, your feelings hurt.
can you
I'm
just tell him
good.
to be
hold on
quiet
a
for 1
second. Let,
second?
let me
Hold
say
on, Yeshua.
Please,
Go
please.
ahead. Go ahead.
He not listening to what I'm saying. He just sat there and said that black men are not in a position to
I didn't
lead
say that.
anything. Shut, be quiet. Please. I have a
Go ahead. Go
son
ahead.
that's
Go ahead. Go
17
ahead.
years old, and I still would tell my son I would knock him up against his head. Please be quiet. Please. Okay? What I'm saying is you're trying to say that a black man is not in a position to be a leader other than leading his family. My question to you, sir, in your 50s, what in the hell are you here on earth to do? Because you are in every position to be a leader. You don't even have to worry about, listen, you don't even have to worry about a child. You don't even have those stress factors. So you could put so much more energy into being a contribution to your community. You can lead. You're trying to tell me that you can't be a leader in your
Oh,
community. You're trying to tell me that you can't be a pillar in your community. You're trying to tell me you can't run for political office. You're trying to tell me that you can't be a
oh my! I just
CEO. You're
say,
trying to tell me that a black man does not have the position to be able to carry a fortitude in his community
Well,
because
you
he
got to
doesn't
want to
have
be able to
kids.
do that.
That's bullshit.
You got to
What
want to be able
about
to do
gay
that.
men that don't? What about gay men that
The
don't
bare
have kids?
minimum
There are
is
black
taking
gay
care
men.
of your
oh,
family,
But what I'm
being a
saying is,
leader in your
he's
family. Now, if you want to
association.
expound on
No,
other
he's
adventures, you can go
associating
ahead do
black
that.
men
But
with
eyes, you're right.
families. And
Eyes,
what I'm
eyes,
explaining to you is that
no,
there
no,
are
no,
black
she's
men
not
eyes,
that
right.
don't
eyes,
even have
eyes, eyes,
kids.
eyes. You're right to a certain extent, but at the same time, you got to want to be that. You
Bullshit.
don't want to be a
Well,
leader.
that's why I
Okay,
said they're a
okay. Let me
bunch of
say this. Hey,
degenerates.
Darrell,
They're
can I talk now?
degenerates.
Can
Okay,
I talk now?
let me let Yeshua, respond. Let me let him rebuttal. Go
Okay,
ahead,
now
brother. But let's
again,
get to the point.
I stick about my statement. The black man is not. I in fact, his only obligation is to be leading his family. Period. That's only his
Okay.
obligation today. The days
Who
of
is
us
fucking
going out
bullshit?
trying to lead everybody, they say the over.
You're bullshit, man. I'm just trying to. You're fucking bullshit. You're
This is what
bullshit.
I'm saying, bro.
You're bullshit. You have nothing to contribute to society.
No,
How many more years do you have left on Earth? Are you gonna make it to 85? Because you done got on my
can I
goddamn
finish my
nerves.
point, bro? Can
So,
I
D.
finish,
Darrell, let me ask you a question, D.
can
Darrell.
I finish my point?
Yes.
Let me ask you a question, D. Darrell. Let me hold up, Yeshua.
Can I
Now,
finish my point?
I love that this brother have come up here and stated his piece and stated whatever. But what I want to know is, are there any other brothers that are willing to come up that way we could see if they think the same?
Well,
that are from the sector he's from, but he said he's not from it. But I can tell by the way he talked that he has some of the same talking points, and I've been
Right.
around.
okay.
Right.
Well, let me say. Let me finish my. I've been trying to finish my point, bro.
Go ahead, but you got to get to the point, man. You got
Well,
several.
Darrell, you got to mute her and tell her.
Okay, I'm gonna let her. She's not gonna interrupt.
Okay,
You
now
got it.
this is
You
my
got it.
point. He's no longer qualified to be a leader for everybody. Number one, black men have so much other shit on his plate besides trying to lead. He can't. In most cases, he can't even. You got brothers out there who have lost that mistrust because they're not leading. You know, these dudes that the brothers name, the Pookies and the Ray Rays, those dudes got kids all over the place. Okay, so I'm saying that.
No, not really, because some of y'all do.
Wait, brother. Let him finish. Let him finish because he gonna, you know, let's let him get it out. You can respond, but let him get it out. Go ahead, brother.
What I'm saying that the black man is just to control and maintain his family. That's what he has to do. Him going out being a leader and trying to be.
You sound like a slave, man.
Okay, fuck it, man.
Fuck it, because you bullshit. You ain't no help. You ain't no help.
Okay,
You
let
ain't no
him talk, guys. Let him talk because we don't want him to leave. We don't want him to leave.
Okay, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm sorry. It's just annoying. I have a son, and I'd be damned if I hear my son around here.
My job is not to help every black woman.
My son would never talk like that.
If she got kids, right, be responsible.
Man, I'm with my son. My son is a superior athlete, and I'm letting my son listen to this so he'll know to never be like you.
They're telling me that I got you.
My son, yeah, whatever.
Okay, brother. If nobody's forcing you to do anything, Yahshua.
Right, he don't want to do nothing. He don't want to be a leader. He don't want to encourage nobody to do shit.
Using talking points that don't make sense.
No, you don't make sense. You're trying to talk like you make sense, and you don't sound intelligent at all. You can't even look in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror for a day or two.
His family first. That's his obligation first.
Don't even look like he brushed his
we get it, Yahshua. Okay, so let me let unadulterated truth speak. What's up, brother?
I'm chilling, bro. How's it? I see you got it started again this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting conversation. There's a lot of perspectives on it. You know what I mean? And you know, I mean, I'm not a part of any group or anything like that. You know, but I've heard the various brothers and speak on different topics and whatnot. And you know, as grown people, you got to let people do what they're going to do. You know what I mean? If that's what they're, you know, happy doing, I can't blame them any more than I blame sisters for traveling, doing what they feel like doing. But you have to realize there's more to it than just people traveling for sex. I mean, obviously there is that element, but there's definitely more to it. And I can only speak for myself in that in terms of Brazil, my reason for going to Brazil over many years. My first trip was in 2001. And I had a buddy whose sister was working for Sprint, expanding their international network at the time. And we went and I started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I've met many Brazilian people through the years. I've traveled, trained back and going back and forth there. So, you know, not everyone just is limited to, and kudos to the brothers who expand beyond all the touristy stuff. But there is that element of people who go beyond that. And obviously, you know, there's limitations in terms, especially if you don't speak the language, there's limitations in terms of what you can do or more to the point, what you probably feel comfortable doing. But there are definitely brothers there that have learned the, you know, more of the culture. Some have learned to speak the language, and it definitely goes beyond just tricking, spending money on prostitutes and whatnot. So, and you know what I mean? But the thing is, the loudest voice is of the brothers who that seems to be what they're known for. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this, unadulterated. Let me ask you this. I want to ask you this question.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're speaking from a professional level as far as economic opportunities, your job,
absolutely.
Stuff like that. Now,
yeah.
The first time, have you ever saw the video? Frustrated about black men.
For sure.
That went because to me that video was what really started it off, where people started really making this a topic on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now my thing is that on that video, that documentary, it actually talked. The guy named what was his name, Big John or whatever. He actually started. He was the go-to guy. The guy bought properties.
The older guy, John.
Yeah,
I forget John's last name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Now he was the only one that talked about business.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else talked about going there to get away from black women. Everybody talked about how this the Matrix and and these women are so much you can just go sit down at a table and they got 5 9s and 10s flocking to you for a drink. This is what they said. Let's be honest. So So again, I'm about this, man. Look, if you tricking, you tricking.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you don't have to say I'm going out there and I'm just attracting and I'm just macking on 10, 15 different women. I got all these women at my disposal who just want to be with an American black man. Now, from your experience, were there women flocking to you just because, or you were seeking the women if that was what you was doing? I mean, you out there with a lot of people. You're obviously successful. Things happen. So, from your experience,
okay. All right, I'm gonna tell you. And in short, it's a cultural difference. Between the women here and I won't say the women because that's kind of like all encompassing.
Okay.
There's a cultural difference between some of the women here and the women there. And the best way I can explain it is my very first night there. We got there on a Saturday morning. My buddy's sister picked us up from the airport. We hung out that day. We were going to they were wanting to go home that night. And I was like, well, I'm in Brazil. We need to go do something, right? So we decided to go to a club. And we got in the club. They went to get drinks. I love to dance. So I migrated to the dance floor. And I'm at that point, my Portuguese was zilch, right? But I'm figuring, okay, if I see somebody, people understand gestures. So, you know what I mean? If you ask a woman kind of gesture, do you want to dance? 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to understand at least what you mean, right?
Right.
So I'm asking people left and right, asking women, because it was packed with beautiful women. So I'm gesturing for women. Do you want to dance? And they're literally looking at me like I'm crazy, right?
Right.
So all of a sudden now, when you're in this foreign country, I'm only hearing Portuguese at the time, which was absolutely foreign to me. So I had no idea what anyone was saying. All of a sudden, I hear a English-speaking voice. This girl says, "Excuse me, you're American, aren't you?" Right? And I said, when I turned and saw who it was, she called me over. I said, "Yeah." I said, "How'd you know?" She said, "Because you keep asking these women to dance." I was like, "Well, what you supposed to do?" She said, "Oh, this is Brazil." She said, "The women, if you just take her by her hand, you don't grab her, but just take her by her hand and walk to the dance floor. She's going to go." And I remember thinking, you trying to get me slapped. You know what I mean? Because I'm from Philly. You just can't snatch some woman's hand and start walking to the dance floor because somebody going to check you real quick.
Right.
You know what I mean? She was like, just trust me, try it. And I did it, and it worked like a charm. And again, it's the cultural difference in terms of the way. Now, some people might say that's right. Some people might say that's wrong. And again, that's 20 years ago as well. So who knows, you know what I mean, in terms of what may have changed in that environment in the interim. But that's what it was at that point. And again, I can only speak from my personal experience,
right.
Because we had this narrative out there. And, if you want to call it a third world country, Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo are very, very similar to New York and Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah, that's first.
If you've ever been in terms of the metropolis, if you look at the skyline of Sao Paulo, you can't. Nobody can look. You're not seeing. Nobody that's comparable to any business skyline in the world. Period. Right. You know what I mean? And so, my wife is college educated. My wife owns, to this day, she owns 2 salons in Rio. She's a partner of a salon in London. We have rental property in Brazil still to this day. She just got back because we're redeveloping one of the properties. We have imports that we do, and we're trying to expand it. So this narrative that everyone is like 2 steps from their last meal, and anybody that holds out $50 is getting treated like a king. Now, there are certainly, the favelas are nothing to mess with. I mean, it's comparable, you know what I mean, it's certainly the level, oh yeah, you know what I mean? The level of poverty is certainly goes deeper than it does in almost any part of the states. You know what I mean? There are favelas that the average person should not go up in, period. And just like there's projects that the average person shouldn't go up in. I would definitely say that, the level of poverty is deeper and probably wider than it is here. But in terms of the level of sophistication of the people, and in this case, the women, it's comparable. It's comparable. I wouldn't say that it's even, but it's definitely comparable.
I'm glad we got a brother like you that's here to educate us on certain things, because a lot of these brothers who listen to these channels, they don't give them the a direction to say, hey, man, do your homework before you go to these other countries. I've known some to go overseas, go different places, come back wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even return back because they're not giving them the proper information. And at times when you go into other people's countries, you need to shake hands with the men
exactly. Yeah.
And like China said earlier, half of these dudes that go over there, they get the bottom of the barrel chicks because
and that's probably true in a lot of instances, for sure. Yeah.
And like even in Jamaica, the white women go over there to mess around with the black men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of that, Africa too. So it's a lot of that goes on. I'm Nigerian and Dominican, so I know what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but you have to be willing to invest the time to see beyond just, walking the strip. There's a street when you get to Copacabana, when you make a right onto the beach where the ocean is, called Avenida Atlantica. When you make that first right, there's a it's not even a club, it's like a restaurant called Mabs there. We sat in that in a little outdoor cafe, me and my buddy, and we watched the line of there's prostitutes like you wouldn't believe, like right along there. And we watched it over and over. So there are people that definitely come there for that. But
so
if you make
Joshua, you know what he's talking about, Joshua?
No, I when I went to Brazil, the math club wasn't as popular as say Help was, or Amir Pataka or the Balcony at the time that I went. That wasn't as popular.
Unadulterated, you know exactly what he referenced.
I know Help isn't in Copacabana, but that's been closed for years. That was a big prostitute hangout.
Yeah,
for sure. You know what I mean?
In fact, they said they're trying to reopen Help. That's the last time I got that they're trying to reopen Help, and I'm like, well, why are they closed the first time? And the guy told me on the phone. He said no, they didn't close because of money. They closed because they wanted to make it into something else. The city, the mayor of Rio was trying to cut down on what they saw, so they gave them some cash to close down. That's what I heard. And so, but now they're trying to come back, but probably not at that same location.
But and again, that's probably a lot of it has to do with what the tourists are attracted to, because along the beach there, you got Ipanema. I mean, you got Copacabana, Ipanema, and Leblon, and then once you go around the other side, go around not Cidade de Dios, the other Rocinha. Once you go around Rocinha to the other side, you got Barra de Tijuca, Recreo, and those get into the more residential areas where you're going to see just the average Brazilians that live there. It's not the tourist area. Most of the tourists will stay primarily in and around Copacabana. You know what I mean? But once you get past that, and the thing about it is, and I will say this, and this probably plays into what a lot of the brothers that you guys are talking about, a lot of what they mean is that, and this goes not just for the women, but the men. Brazilian people are very, very friendly people. So it's easy to meet people. It's easy to meet women, but it's easy to meet people, period. You know what I mean? If you go to a bar or some kind of cafe and just order a beer, and if it's a soccer game on, somebody's going to come up to you. They're going to start talking to you. You know what I mean? And if you can communicate in any sort of way at all, they're going to keep the conversation going. You know what I mean? And if they got to pull out their phone, and it's called the the translator. If they got to sit there with Google Translate on their phone, and they'll sit and have that conversation with you, and see when guys come across women that they meet like that,
they think
you know what I mean, who are willing, they're not allowing the language to be the barrier. Then you know what I mean. It becomes easier to meet women. It's far easier to just meet women. Now, what happens after that is anybody's guess. But in terms of just meeting people, it's one of those places. You know what I mean? And literally,
So basically, what I'm hearing from you, and this is just me interpreting, is that, see, in the manosphere and different, we got men who have issues with socialization and communication skills. So when they're in environments where the women pretty much neutralize that because their culture basically reinforces them to be more assertive and socializing. So actually the guys don't have to try as hard to meet women because the women are making themselves more accessible, as opposed to it in America. Our women are not necessarily that open to just
they'll meet you more than halfway. Yeah. And also the thing about it, the other thing is that if they like you, there's no pretense about it. You know what I mean? You're not jumping through a bunch of hoops and what have you. You know.
But you have people getting mad because people are making comparison between the women here and over there. They're just making the comparison.
But they're not talking about it in the manner that unadulterated.
Did you see that young dude who made that video about women in America into Brazil? I forgot.
Can I get in after y'all? Because I just want to say one thing.
Hey,
go ahead, bro.
If I want to say to the brother too, that also Brazil is where I noticed too. They don't mind.
You said where?
They don't mind fighting if that's what you want to do. That's what I know. I seen a brother knock a dude out. I seen a Brazilian brother knock a brother out from America, almost knocked his ass out.
The men there will fight at the drop of a. Fighting is part of their culture.
Yeah. And what happened was he disrespected a client that was you go to the beach. You can get the chairs. You can rent the chairs. So the dude rented a chair. So the brother went and sat in the guy's chair. So the dude wanted to say, "Man, that's my chair." He said, "Oh man, I'm taking this chair." So he went and told the Brazilian brother, and said, "This guy got my chair." He said, so the Brazilian dude walked up and said, "Hey, bro, what you gave back his chair, bro?" He said, "No." He said, so the brother got and pushed the Brazilian dude. The Brazilian dude took 2 steps, 1, 2, 3, pop, and popped him. Dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, man, we was like, oh, we put
that's definitely part of the culture there for sure.
That goes to show you that everything that happened over here happened over there too. Yeah. So I just want to say this, in America, I've met Brazilian women and that still live over in Brazil, and a couple of Brazilian guys too. It was really good that they spoke English because they gave me the truth outside of what I hear in the manosphere, and just talking to the women alone, they were saying that they would even look at, the brothers that come over there, and these are African American Brazilian women. Well, not African American,
Afro Brazilian.
Yeah. And you could tell that they are Brazilian, but they one chick, she was really here in California to get up with a high price date, and the high price date was a millionaire white man. So talking to her, she spoke to me. She said, the black men that go over there, they need to realize that they are catching on to the fact where they're going to end up, being in a very bad situation, getting robbed.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
So, for coming over there, not doing their research. She said, now that the women have caught on to it, even the white Brazilian women, it's very dangerous.
Yeah. And the thing about it, not to cut you off, bro, a lot of these guys carry some of the things that they might do or have seen guys do here, and they go over there throwing money in the club and all that kind of stuff. You asking for trouble because again, it's a poor country. You know what I mean? And they feel like if they feel like you're flaunting your wealth, you asking to get set up. You know what I mean? I even in the I met a guy one time. This was he lived in the same complex as apartment complex as my sister-in-law, right off of the beach. And so he trained. When I saw him, I knew he trained jujitsu. I could tell by his ears and by his build that he trained jujitsu. So I approached him. We started talking and whatnot. In a couple of minutes, we identified some mutual friends that we had. So he invited me to come train with him. And he trained. He did a school. He did like classes for some of the children in one of the favelas. And I went up in there, and you see living conditions. The living conditions now is clean, but you know what I mean? It's not what we would look at as up to standard here. But the thing about it is, I didn't want to take, as much as I wanted to be able to document it, I didn't want to take pictures because these are these people's homes. Right. You know what I mean? You don't want to make a spectacle of people like, oh, damn, look, ain't even no roof on this house. Let me get a picture. You know what I mean?
Just being respectable.
Absolutely.
Even if you go to Mexico, it's the same way. And my brothers, when they go from San Diego to Tijuana, they go thinking they're gonna get some pussy. Excuse my expression, lady.
That's okay.
When they get over there, they end up robbed, and even the police rob them. So they might pray to make it back over back over to America. And I went there just to get dental work and shit. I had to pray just to get back over here.
But see, the thing about it is, you could do that in LA. I mean, think about the boy from Bone Thugs and Harmony that was at Universal City flaunting money and took the girls back to the hotel with him. And they knew some dudes from Grape Street. Next thing you know, the guys came up there and robbed them. That stuff goes on all the time. Right. If you are flaunting your money in front of underprivileged people, it's only a matter of time before it happens.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to Eyes and then I'm gonna go back to Dante. What's up, Eyes? Anything you want to say?
To be honest, it's a lot to say, but
go ahead, take your time.
I mean, I just feel like people have a right to do whatever they want to do at the end of the day. But I would consider myself to be, somewhat conscious as a Black American woman, and just listening to Black men of different demographics, education, and things of that nature. I just have a lot of questions, and there's so many questions that I don't even know where to start.
Ooh, ask them. We want to hear. We educate.
I mean, I don't know. It's like it all goes back to being a woman, the desire of a woman, and wherever you find that happiness, that median, I do feel like that's your personal choice. But just you're a Black man, right? From America, just like me. And we also know that all Black people in America didn't necessarily come from slavery. Their ancestors, they could have came here in the 19th, the 20th century. But if you are a Black American, we share some of the same experiences. And
absolutely,
it's kind of disheartening to hear people act as if they are separate from that and what happened. So even if you have an issue with a Black woman or the availability of what you find to be appealing for you, why are Black women in America so much desired then?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that, Oz, because I got a lot of respect for you, and I want to explain. I want to explain this particular situation. Okay, I have been involved with every level of Black woman since I was a child, as a teen, what have you, right? My ex-wife, and it's funny because I've had people see my wife and call me colorist, right? Or that I got with her because of, for whatever reason. I don't know, people use exotic, whatever the hell that means, what have you, right? I wish I could upload a picture of my ex-wife. My ex-wife is darker than any woman in this sector. She had dreadlocks down her back. She was and still is a gorgeous, intelligent woman. She has her PhD. She's obtained her PhD. She was a professional dancer. She danced with the Alvin Ailey Dance Company. And we built, I don't think I've really even talked, I may have alluded to it. We built a dance company in Compton, right? We built a dance company. It started off in a woman's garage, 5 little girls in a woman's garage off of Compton Boulevard in 2005, right? I pretty much financed it out of pocket, right? We built it from a woman's garage till 2009. The Obama administration flew our dance company across country to perform 20 little girls from Compton that most of them had never really been out of California. The Obama administration flew us across country and performed for them, right? And then what happened was my wife went to get her PhD. Feminism convinced her that she didn't need a husband, that she would never get the credit as a strong Black woman if she had a man who was funding everything for her. So she decided that it was better for her to separate herself and take all the accolades for herself. And, we had many heartfelt, in-depth conversations before that decision was made. But at the end of the day, the decision was made. Now, when I met my now wife, I didn't go looking for her. She was just someone that I met. You know what I mean? And it was not a rebound situation, wasn't comparing one to the other, but it was just the circumstance. It was what it was, essentially, but there was never any situation where I looked at any Black woman, whether it's light skin, dark skin, long hair, nappy hair, dreads, perms. I've dated some of everything, you know what I mean? And I love this woman enough for her to have my last name. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Some things change. That's what a husband is supposed to do. A husband's supposed to facilitate the dream of his wife. And evidently that wasn't good enough. So I had to move on, had to suck it up and move on. And at a certain point in time, she wanted to revisit the situation, but it was a done deal by then. So it's never
revisit the situation. I mean, she disrupted your life. It's not, what is it to revisit?
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you what happened was, I'm gonna tell you what is, and the timing was crazy. I had just come back. My now wife and I, we got engaged in London, right? And a couple of months later, I had a picture of the two of us in the London Eye on my Facebook page, and some of my ex-wife's sorority sisters. I think they're the ones. And all of a sudden, I get a phone call asking, do I want to go to some sort of counseling? And you know what I mean? But again, by that time, it was a done deal.
Right.
So I have, even within this sector, there are numerous Black women. We don't have personal relationships, but I value them as sisters. I figure if I'm not involved romantically, I will have the utmost respect for you as a Black woman, as a sister. And as long as that respect is mutual, that's how I'm gonna treat you. You know what I mean? And I pride myself, and I love the friendships that I've developed with numerous women in the sector. And that's never going to change.
I want to ask you a question, brother. I want to ask you a question.
Okay, you can ask him one question. I'm gonna let him respond, and I'm gonna go to Kenneth.
Okay. Yeah, brother. I love the way you stated that, because some dudes just have not been able to let go, and they become super bitter, and they can't form relationships with the same, even say for instance, if your wife is white or she's Latina or whatever, most brothers don't know how to let what happened in the past, they let their past sidetrack their future.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make the next woman pay for what somebody else has done to me.
Exactly. Yeah, because men don't want women carrying that, putting that burden on them. So yeah, but I hope that answers your question, Oz.
Yeah, that was just a comment that I had to.
Okay.
It wasn't a question.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead to Kenneth.
Yeah, you know what? The brother went in the back chat, said he wanted to respond. He can go first.
Who was that? I didn't see anybody.
No,
I saw.
I already said what I had to say.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Okay, he good. He good.
All right. Well, yeah. What's up, D? How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. Good to see you over here.
Yeah. You know, you know what? I gotta go ahead and I gotta go ahead and divulge some information, man. I was the one that actually I know Yeshua. He's a good friend of mine.
Oh, you know
And
him?
huh?
Okay. I didn't know
I
you
know
knew him.
Yeshua.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you. And so I called him and said, hey, man, you know, because I know I personally have never been out of the country. Well, Mexico. I've been to Mexico and Canada, but to me, that's not really, you know,
foreign.
It's not the same thing. But
yeah,
you know, so I can't really speak on his experience, but I know Yeshua has been, and I told him, hey man, you should give him a call and chime in. Your personal experiences I think would go well. And it was a great conversation, and this has been a great conversation. But let me say this, excuse me. I do feel to a certain extent this situation has become a situation where we are policing Black men and what they do.
Okay.
Right. And let me tell you why. I've always maintained I can never disagree with somebody's opinion, right? But I can disagree when your opinion is not consistent, because then your opinion becomes an agenda. Now, I'm not directing this at you, D, but I'm just the overall encompassing thing, because I've heard this a lot about, men going overseas and, particular Black men, and, they're just going over there because, the women, are cheaper and this, that, and third, or whatever. And, here's my thing. Well, we have Black women that are going, IG models that are going to Dubai and going to Arab Emirates and going all over the world, getting flown all over the world to be prostitutes, right? I've never seen any videos done on this stuff, I mean, that's happening a lot out here, the cool part about it is, and again, I'm not going to say any names here, but I'm just going to explain the situation. You might know who it is. A few days ago, this very conversation came up on another panel where there is a woman that is a married grandmother who, by her what she says, takes her clothes off on camera for men, for money. Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh man, you had to go there.
I mean, listen. You know what? I mean, again, we
go
gotta
ahead.
we gotta be consistent. I'm not saying no names, but my point is this: she proceeded to talk about how slimy these men are that's doing this and doing that or whatever, and I'm thinking to myself, but wait a minute, you get paid to do something similar to this. I mean, so I'm trying to figure out, why is it cool for you to do it, and you a married woman and you a grandmother? Now, because I'm a grandfather, but I'm not taking my clothes off for nobody other than my wife. But the point is, I'm trying to figure out, why ain't nobody check her? Why is it okay for her to do this kind of behavior, brag about it, and well, I don't care or whatever. But the point is, hey, these are grown men. I don't know what they're doing over there. The age, the age situation. I know that's kind of, that varies from country to country, but the thing, I mean, I guess that'd be another conversation. But if you got two mutual consensual individuals, right? I don't, you can sit here and try to degrade these men and saying, oh, well, financially, you only going over there because you taking advantage because these women are poor or this, that, and the third. I mean, listen, this whole climate about a high value man centers around, and once again, our Black women saying, a lot of them, actually not all, but enough of them where this is a big issue, saying they want a man that makes six figures. and so what that does, and if they have to get with a man that doesn't make six figures, they are settling. And because they are settling, you're going, if they feel that they could be doing better, and it just presents a whole dynamic that is not conducive to a successful relationship.
Okay.
So if you're dealing with men, and I actually Shua, when I was, because we were kind of recapping the conversation from last week. I said, well, Yeshua, and maybe I could ask both, unadulterated truth in Yeshua, because I've never been over there, right? I heard Yeshua say he was over there. Well, he told me he was over there for about 3 weeks.
Okay. Yeah,
And I would like to ask you guys, because this whole thing is, these men are supposed to be poor, and and they're just going there to take advantage or whatever, So how much do you think Yeshua was over there for 3 months? And since he's here, I'd like to him to say, well, how much do you think it would cost typically for a man to be able to fly out to a country like that and be able to kind of maneuver around? Can you the alternate unadulterated? Can you guys answer that question?
It would really depend on the length of your stay, but I mean, just in terms of generally getting around and just seeing some sights and what have you, if you were staying for 2 weeks, probably if you had as little as $500 on you, what you would spend in a weekend in Vegas, in most cases, when you consider the drinks and all that kind of stuff, that would carry you for probably about 2 weeks. And the thing about it is, I think, and I guess what we have to factor in is what's the inflated prices here. Are prices really just very high here, or are they very low there? You know what I mean? Because a lot of the world is more consistent with the prices there than, you know what I mean? Most of the world is not at the level of what you would pay here, especially in, the cities that would be deemed, vacation destination spots. You know what I mean? So they're of course, it's supply and demand. So, if everybody knows that you want to come to South Beach, of course, the hotel prices and the Airbnb prices are going to be premium because of that. But if you're just talking about having like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner out in some of the little local restaurants and cafes, you could probably eat just yourself. You could eat literally on $25 a day and eat well. And the food,
lunch and dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
yeah, absolutely. And the other thing is that the food itself is, and they're big on healthy lifestyle. So you're getting fresh food, but again, it's just what it is there.
And
it doesn't make it any better. Some people might go there and decide they want to go someplace, experience someplace else, but you can have a nice time without breaking the bank.
Hold on. Wait, guys. I want to let Red Pill go. Then I'm gonna let you go, Yeshua. Then after that, Dante. Go ahead, Red Pill.
Yo, so I want to talk about the men who feel like they won't date American women at all. So Austin made that video the other day, and he feel like he not dating no American women at all. And me personally, I still date American women. I don't have a problem with American women. You know what I'm saying? It's just to the point where it's like, there's so many opportunities in other countries. Why would I date here? Like, as far as in like the price, like unadulterated truth said, the culture. Me personally, it's just a better fit. And me coming from Jamaica, I just see the difference, man. And I just feel like I should have more options at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. And another notion that I want to dispel is that there's this whole level of talking about submissive. And as you pointed to, Darrell, it's really relative. You know what I mean? The way a man carries himself or what his resources are, in a lot of instances, is going to dictate the level of submission and when and for how long in a lot of instances. But don't get it twisted. Brazilian women, my wife is no pushover. My wife will tell me what, you know what I mean? She's educated. She's going to tell me what she thinks. I don't know where sometimes I hear people talking about that people just go there because the women are submissive. That is, and my wife is Afro-Brazilian, so she's, it's not even Afro-Latina, I guess, if you want to call it that.
And they too
but
can be firecrackers.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And when she says what needs to be said when she feels like she needs to say it, but that also doesn't stop her from doing what she sees as her contribution to our household.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, well, get your own dinner then, or do you know what I mean? It's and there are times when I cook. I love to cook. So it is definitely a give and take. But I see a narrative out there where, oh, this guy went to Thailand and he's got this woman washing his feet and bringing him breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and he just sits back. I don't know about the women from Thailand, but I could tell you, Brazilian women, they're culturally, they love taking care of things in the household, but my wife is nobody's pushover at all.
So let me go to Yashua, then I'm gonna go to Dante. Go ahead, Yashua.
No, I wanted to say, as far as I mean, no shade at you, brother, brother, but when I went to Brazil, first I had to look at the dollar. I wanted to see what was the dollar compared to the real, and I went at a good time. It was like 3 to 1 or 4 to 1. The dollar wise, it was like 4 to 1. So I was okay. So the first time I went, I took about 4,000 with me. That's and that's not included the plane ticket, and my first time I went, I stayed in the hotel. Okay, that took about $4,000 with me. And that was when I went to Sao Paulo. 4,000. I went to Sao Paulo for 7 days, and then I went to Rio for 2 weeks. Okay, so that was enough for me. The dollar was good. I was vibing with the dollar. So I did pretty well. Then I went to Rio, and I always look at the dollar. I always see what the dollar is like, and that's what I always do. I took about 5,000 with me at that time. You feel me?
You can live like a king for that much money.
So, but I just want to make sure that I was prepared in case something does happen. I got enough more money to fall back on just in case.
You'd be falling for days with a couple of $1,000s on you.
So that was that. Then I went to Bahia with about $3,000. That was okay. Actually, Bahia was a little more expensive than Rio, which I thought was very weird. The hotel rooms were a lot higher. I thought that was very strange, but that's how they did it. So, but yeah, so that's how I did it. I don't know. I mean, no shade at you, brother, but I don't know if anybody has ever went there with $500 and lived well. I mean,
no. He just asked me how much would he need to take for a trip. I'm not saying he's living well.
Okay, yeah, because
again, I guess my view is skewed because I have family there. Okay. You know what I mean? So I'm not really getting Airbnbs and all that kind of stuff that at this point. So, you know what I mean? So, but hey, eyes are, like you said, 4.5, 5 to 1.
Yeah.
So a couple of $100, $1,000, you're gonna be able to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question. I got my first apartment when I went to Rio from a sister by the name of Louisa. Do you know her?
No, I don't.
Yeah, she's an Afro-Brazilian, and I got my first apartment from her. I walked up into her apartment, and when I stayed there, she was so nice. And one day she was cooking in the kitchen. I said, "Oh man, you in there cooking?" She said, "Yeah." She like, yeah. She said, "You want some?" I said, "Oh yeah, I take some." So they was cooking it. She had all her sisters up in there. She had like 5 sisters, and they was all in the kitchen looking at me, we're smiling, laughing, talking, everything like that. But they have a different hospitality. They me being the guy that I am, bro. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't do none of that shit. All that shit to me is irrelevant. I don't do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I consider myself a pretty decent dude. I've been called that by black women that I'm too nice, etc. All this shit. I've been told all that. You see, I'm not one to disrespect women if they don't disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how I am. And so, like you said, in Brazil, they will kind of meet you halfway, and they will kind of see you, what you are. That's what you are. They They don't make you a beta male. They don't make you dumb stuff. It's what you are. That's what they respect you as. That's how they see you. You see. So, but that's why. I mean, Kenneth, that is that what you want to hear, brother Kenneth?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't think that just any old person, any old guy can just just fly out there. I mean, and another brother unadulterated is talking about just like when you're out there, but I was more talking about flying out there, flying back, getting the
Oh, okay.
roles,
I thought you meant when you're there, like how much
yeah,
you. Oh, no.
The reason, that's why I said the reason why I asked that question was, like I said, because these are poor men that can't afford a woman out here, so they're flying out there to go and and I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I'm a businessman, and I'm white, Latino, Black. I know a lot of guys that go out to Thailand, Philippines, South America. And these are all very successful men. And honestly, I think, brother, what you said earlier was when you just go up to a woman and take her by the hand and to go out and dance with her, you wouldn't dare be able to do that out here. I live in LA. I mean, you go in and draw back a nub trying to do something like that.
Exactly.
It's a totally different culture, and I think sometimes and again, I'm just trying to say we're not talking about like I don't even consider these men simps. You know what I mean? And like I said, these are successful men.
Hey, Kenneth, I'm up in San Francisco and Oakland area, and you can't even take a woman by the hand out here. You
can't do that. You can't. And again, I mean, that's our culture. I mean, I'm not. To me, even if I was out there and I couldn't do it. I would be too concerned to putting my hands on somebody without them giving me the okay. And maybe just because we've been conditioned to believe, but it's a different culture, and I mean I guess some men can appreciate that, but I mean I just want to say one more thing, since I got the floor, just real quick, and I know you guys gonna be mad at me for saying this, but let me tell you really, and this is all honesty, men, if you are meeting women out here, right, and you have no intention on making these women your wife, you are looking to have sex with them, okay, and you are doing whatever it takes, that you're taking them on a couple of dates, or buying them, getting their hair did and getting their nails done and all that stuff like that, with the intentions on having sex with these women. Well, maybe I should ask a question. Why is that any different from prostitution? You're paying for sex. You don't really want to build with this woman, create a life with this woman, and a woman too. If you are getting with a man, that just disturbs me when I hear a woman talking about how I want a man that makes six figures. I get the logic. I make a certain amount of money. I want my man to make a certain amount of money too. But you're telling me that he can have me if he makes this amount of money. What does a prostitute say? He can have me if he makes this amount of money. What is the difference? Can somebody please tell me that?
But what is she bringing to the table? That's what I want to know.
Well,
and the other thing you got to factor in,
for sex, then that's sufficient. It's whatever he can afford. If he can afford to take her out on 3 or 4 dates and wine her and dine her just to get the draws, then that's what his intentions is. So all she got to bring to the table is hopefully a clean coochie cat.
My problem is either way, as a man, you paying, whether it's your time, what you really just put it in her hands. It doesn't matter, because a woman gonna want something from you, whether that attention, money, or whatever, bro. You're gonna pay some type of way. So I really don't care whatever way you try to go about it, bro.
Well, let me tell you something. I ain't never had to pay for not one woman. Ever.
And me personally, I'm not a trick, so I agree with you on that.
I ain't paid neither. She's paid for me, but I didn't want it to be that way. But hey, that's just what the cards lay. I ain't never had to pay for no.
It's just the fact that these guys over here, they would pedalize these other women like they honey and sugar and iced tea, but they go over there and do the exact same thing they would do over here. They would trick, they would simp and trick for their money on women.
Oh boy. You said panel is closed?
Yes, panel is closed now. Meaning, nope, I'm not letting anybody up because I'm getting ready to close out.
Close it out.
Well, I can go down, and if somebody has something very important to say, I'll step down.
No, we're good. I mean, I'm about to, I got enough. I mean, I can let more people in, but I'm just stopping because I'm getting ready to wind it down. Yeah. So, Dante, any you didn't speak in a while. I think is I still up here? I wanted to let
still here.
Oh, I already spoke. I already spoke. I passed the mic, man.
Okay, eyes. Anything you want to say in response to what's been stated?
I mean, I understand where they're coming from. The only thing that I thought was pretty interesting was the fact there was a highlight about the culture in America versus, specifically Brazil, about you can't just walk up to a woman in America. You have to ask her to dance. You got to ask her.
Right.
Reference to you just taking it upon yourself to touch somebody without their permission. And it kind of made me think about, why do people feel like it's something wrong with giving a woman a little bit of reverence and saying, "Hi, can I dance with you?" I'm trying to figure out, why is that a problem?
Oh, in my explanation,
to be honest, as a woman, I didn't never say I wanted to dance with you. I might not find you. I might not want to dance. I might not want to be approached. I might not. Why do you feel like that's okay to do that? And why would you hold that against our culture? Especially in a climate where people like to touch people without their permission. And then when you go to these countries, these third world countries, there's something called sex trafficking. And there's situations that go on with these women, and it's about men touching them without their permission. And I find it to be kind of creepy that's one of the things that y'all wanted to highlight is, oh, I got to ask for permission to dance with you in America, but I can go to Brazil and just walk up to any woman and dance with her whenever I feel like it. What if she don't like? Why is that a problem? I'm curious.
Well, if I can address it, it's not a problem. I think, like I said, I think we're just conditioned in our culture. I agree with you. I don't, even with what the brother said, I said I would not feel comfortable doing that. I mean, but again, we're just showing two different cultures and how I guess that's acceptable out there. And and to me, really, I mean, that's kind of like, I guess, I guess maybe women can see that as more like a alpha kind of nature. We're here. I'm just going to take the bull by the horns and just, come on, let's go. Okay. I couldn't do that.
Well, you have some women that don't mind that, but you got some women that just really, really, really like, I'm an alpha, from college, Alpha Phi Alpha. I know a lot of AKAs, they kind of prissy. They don't want you to touch them like that. They want you to, hey, can I have this dance with you? Like the lady said here, so it just depends on what type of woman that you're dealing with.
And again, it wasn't that I had a problem, because that's what I was doing to start with. I was told by a Brazilian woman that because of the language barrier, instead of me not knowing what to say, because instead of me standing there not knowing how to say, would you like to dance, and fumbling over their language, she said it's just as easy to take her hand. She would be open to that. Now, again, I highlight the cultural difference. The cultural difference also is shown in the fact that and again, that was 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. So I doesn't speak to what it is now. 20 years ago, 60% of the women on the beach were topless. Mm-hmm. So again, it just comes down to what they do in their climate and their culture amongst their people and what they're accustomed to versus what we take as the norm here. It's not a right or a wrong, because obviously all my life I was accustomed to asking women, hey, would you want to dance? This is my song. You know what I mean? You want to dance? or whatever. So that's what was the norm for me. I love to dance. I've never in my life until that night just grabbed a woman that I didn't know and taken her to the dance floor. You know what I mean? But that's what worked at that time, in that moment, in that place.
Okay, I get it. I'm just asking. I'm only asking questions. Cause I just feel like, honestly, I feel like that's acceptable for a man to have his preference. You understand? But as a black, I'm curious to know, what about if I was a black woman and I'm going to Brazil?
I didn't quite hear what you said.
Have no problem with that.
Do you think that I would be just as successful in finding Brazilian men?
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Damn, y'all just blew that out quick.
You see how they
No disrespect, eyes at all.
I'm
but
only asking.
I know, but hear me out, sis. Hear me out. No, but the thing is, the most desirable women in Brazil are the ones that are Caucasian, but the Afro Latinos who are more the lighter skins are desired as well. Now the Afro Latino.
I've seen a lot of Brazilian women, and they come in all skin tones. So why would you assume that?
No, not assuming, but it's just a fact that.
Right, exactly, right. But I could be in America and be a black woman and talk to a white man with no problem.
And that depends too, because you got to.
Because there's a lot of white men.
But hold on, guys. I gotta say this. See, we gotta be careful when we say this stuff about what's gonna be the most. They got over 80 million black people live in Brazil.
Exactly.
So how the hell we call what's the desirable? But you got 80 million, and all of those, and the average Brazilian woman is not light skinned. They not. So
not at all, D-Real. I wasn't saying. I was saying what's desired according to me talking to Brazilian women, white and.
As a black woman, I'm not even the most desirable in Brazil. It's the white women, white Brazilian women. So you guys are going to Brazil and y'all not even getting the most desirable women. And that would have something to do with so-called colorism.
Well, did I say something, D-Real?
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on, yes, I'm gonna let you be the last one, and at that point, I'm gonna circle around and get everybody last word. But go ahead, brother.
No, I just wanted to say that that's a preference thing. I think dudes who go, I mean, whether it's people or males that go over there, they go with their preferences. They still go with that preference that they like. Like me, I tend to like dark-skinned women. That's generally what I look for. You know, if that's the case, okay. I've dated when I was there. I dated lighter skinned women, but I tend to preference dark skinned women. So I don't do it that way. I go by what woman is going to go out with me. So, but the point is that I don't believe that the culture in Brazil is changing. That they're becoming. I said this last week. That they're becoming more conscious about who they are. They're more. They're saying now that they're Afro Brazilians instead of just Brazilians. I know that's happening in Brazil now as well. So I think that the culture is changing, which is a good thing. And so and I think that's a good thing. So it's going to really connect us with our extended family because they have the same story that we do have because they were also enslaved and captivity and captivity. So they in fact have the same story that we do have. They were taught Portuguese and we were taught to speak English. That's the difference.
Right.
Malachi.
Okay, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead around. Let me start with Dante. I'm gonna start with Dante. We're gonna go around and give last words.
Okay, I'm gonna use my closing statement, the same closing statement I used on your panel last week on this topic.
Okay.
Okay. All the space, the traveling space, and the SYB space would not be on the radar if you guys would not use black women as a scapegoat, as a crutch, or some kind of prop to further your agenda. You got to be mindful. Men have to be mindful of what comes out of their mouth when it comes to talking about other women, putting other women above your own women. Whenever you pedalize and put another woman over your own woman, you putting her man over you too, because their man and her is connected at the hip. Whenever you put any woman over your own woman, you putting that race of man over you too. That's all I want. That's my closing statement, brother. Thank you.
All right, appreciate you for coming in. Okay, so we're gonna go to Nino at the bottom.
Yeah, I just want to say in my closing statement to Eyes, you're a beautiful woman. I'm not saying that you could not get a man even in Brazil, but I'm just stating what the facts are from what we know. We were recently on a panel over at Art New Star. Well, I wasn't on the panel, but he had a show where there was nothing but Afro Brazilian women that were on the panel, and they
really. When was that?
This was like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
and
check that out.
He had a whole panel of Afro Brazilian women who were saying that they were having the same problems as African American women over in Brazil. And the most desirable women there are either the white Brazilian women or the lighter skins Brazilian women. And if you're a man with money, if you're dark, light, or whatever, when you come over there, they don't care what you are, because they know what time it is. It's that money, But some men don't pay, then some men do pay. It just depends on who you are. But the most desired women, and I don't know, maybe the brother Truth here could probably back me up on it a little bit, because he been around longer. But I'm only going by women who live there, who are on the panels, and they really taught us some stuff we didn't know, because they really want black men over there, but the black men don't even see them as attractive.
It's a damn shame. That's crazy. So the colorism exists, man. It exists. So there's no denying
it. Does,
that.
yep.
So, but I mean, I've seen a lot of nice brown skin, chocolate, whatever Brazilian women. It's just wow. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Unadulterated Truth, man. Appreciate the gems you've been dropping, brother.
Man, I appreciate you having me, and appreciate everyone's input on the panel. Some diverse ideas and and questions. And Eyes, again, I hope I answered your question thoroughly. And just to reiterate, I love black women. I was raised by an incredible black woman. My mother's been dead 23 years, but she, the things that she taught me as a child have benefited me every day. You know what I mean? I enjoy my interactions with the black women that I have met and corresponded with in this space. You know what I mean? And I try to treat all of them, with a sisterly respect. And I think that a lot of them see me in the same way. Again, as it relates to the culture, there are differences. Culture is changing. Culture changes, just like the culture in New York City is different from the culture in Mobile, Alabama. We can't deny that there are cultural differences. And again, it doesn't make one right or one wrong. It's just how people are raised. You know what I mean? You might be in one place and people speak when they walk down the street, and the other place, people just look at you, you know what I mean? Like they never saw you before, and you might see them on the bus or wherever every single day. So cultural differences exist. But again, as black people, the sooner we realize that we have more in common across the world than a lot of us think we do, then at that point we could probably start putting more things together. But I'm always happy to share my experiences, and with some of the fellows that might be interested. And the brother that just asked the question, the colorism definitely exists. All you have to do is look at the novellas. You don't see hardly any dark-skinned people on those famous soap operas that they have on all day, every day. Oh
yeah, that's all. Yeah.
So yes, there are a lot of black and brown people in Brazil, and they are severely underrepresented. So colorism definitely exists, but again, I appreciate you guys having me, and look forward to discussing this again at some point, or just other topics again in the future. So appreciate it, D.
All right, appreciate you for coming in. Okay, let me go to Kenneth.
Yeah, thanks, man. First, let me, I know D never asked for this, but we gotta, he carved out some of his time today on the Sunday. Let's take care of him, and thank him for, hit his cash app. I'm just gonna come out and say it, man. Look out for the brother. I know he don't need it, but he but he entertained us for the last few hours or so. So let's show him some appreciation. As far as the topic, it's a great topic. um you know uh, like I said, my thing has always been, let's just be consistent. What's good. We can't have this logic that good for thee but not for me, or however that goes. If we want to, if we should be looking to improve our relationships as American Black men and women, and what we expect out of each other, and from both sides. The only way we're going to do that is have these kind of conversations, and be truthful and forthright, with the understanding of, we want to get better. I mean, it shouldn't be one of these things where I'm just trying to point fingers and whatever. Whenever these conversations come up, it has to be with the idea that we're trying to get better. So thanks, D. I appreciate it. Everybody else, Miss Eyes, I didn't mean to. I hope you didn't take it the wrong way. I actually agree with you. When I heard that, I thought that was crazy. Taking people by the hand and all that stuff. A woman by the hand, without permission. That's crazy to me. But like I said, appreciate it, D. Everybody else, thanks, man.
All right, player. All right.
I put something in the back, D Rail. Check it out.
Okay. You sent something in the background?
Yeah, it's just I'm just asking how many brothers up here got channels I want to subscribe to y'all. Let's subscribe to.
Okay. Shit, I think everybody got a channel except for Joshua
and me. I don't have a channel.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a channel neither.
Yeah,
so.
I don't really make content per se.
Yeah, Oz is the only one that has a channel. Oz and myself.
I make content here and there. I might drop a video here and there.
Yeah, and I have a channel too. I'm a documentary channel. I'm a film.
Yeah, I just looked at it, man. I'm already subbed.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got you. So, okay. See who else is up here? Okay. Red Pill.
All right, so I just want to say thank you to Unadulterated Truth and Yeshua for giving y'all perspective on Brazil, man. You dropped a lot of gems today, man. To Eyes, I just want to say, listen, when it comes to being like a leader of the home, nation building starts at home. You're only really obligated to your family. Now, if you want to be a leader outside of your community, hey, that's your choice. But if everybody play their role as far as like managing their own family, the community will look totally a lot better than what it is right now. And to D Darrell, hey, bro, I feel like you need to really focus on having more family discussions, because this SYMGM shit or like this past bro shit, it really ain't your lane, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like your perspective, but the way you just came in at the beginning of the stream, yeah, it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really feeling that, you know what I'm saying?
Go check D Darrell Life Solutions. Thank you.
Hey, man, I appreciate you letting people say what they need to say and not get mad and kicking them off the panel.
Oh, no, I don't do that.
This is a grown man panel, man, and I love it. I've never been on a panel where, people can't respect each other's opinions and a lot of screaming, and because the person who has the channel on the channel don't like what you got to say, they're kicking you off.
Hey, man, I let everybody get it. Okay, Eyes. Any last words, Eyes?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I was thinking about the stuff that you guys say, and a lot of times as a woman, I appreciate really taking the time to listen and decipher like what's beneath, like this, what's under the surface. And as a woman, one of the things that I noticed, and I can, when I listen to you guys, I think about my own relationship, and one of the issues that I would say sometimes my man says is, I'm not submissive. And he says that when he's angry, or I'm not, you know what I mean? So what I try to do is to get him to actually articulate what it actually is that he means when he says submissive. And I think at the end of the day, what I hear from you guys is, I honestly believe that y'all feel like women don't love you guys, or we're not, you compare us to women from other cultures, and I guess how loving they are, or and I'm like, do y'all see us as being mean or cold-hearted or mean-spirited? And I had to think about that in my own personal life. I'm not saying that's something that I really have to think about.
Can I respond
as a human being, because I was married before for 8 years, and now I'm in another relationship.
Can I respond to that?
But I would say the reason why I wasn't submissive, and I'm gonna say this, with my ex-husband, I felt like he wasn't doing stuff that I wanted him to do, so I checked out too. So
that's a whole nother that's saying that, but there's a lot of dynamics into that. So to be saying that, because
y'all, I appreciate listening to you guys, even if I don't agree. I'm really, really listening to really listen to what you guys are actually saying, like underneath the surface of it all.
Eyes, can I say one thing to you?
Go ahead.
Okay, well, just food for thought, right? And this I believe might be helpful to a lot of people. When people disagree, or even if you want to call it arguing or fighting, are you fighting or disagreeing with the eye toward a resolution, or are you arguing and disagreeing with the eye toward just wanting to be right? Men can understand if you can get as loud and feisty as you want if you are fighting toward a resolution. But if you just like you done dug your foot in, this is what I said, I don't care what you say, I'm not going back, because you just have to be right in this, and that goes for men and women. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times halfway through the conversation, we realize that we done fucked up, but we too far in to turn back at that point.
But usually for a woman is to be heard. And sometimes they say things they don't even really mean. It's feeling for a woman. And for us, we'll say shit, just to rebuttal back, and we don't mean it there as well. So it's just handling your business in the home.
But that's a great conversation as well.
Yeah, this sounds like another topic, Darrell.
Yeah, that may be the topic for next week. We may have to do that. I'm doing my usual on this channel is every Sunday. That I'll be on around 3-4 o'clock. So yeah, that's a topic for next week. Maybe we'll chop. I'll think of how to craft the title and bring out the talking points and so forth. So, but yeah, that may be something we'll have to discuss next week. All right, so I'm gonna go to the star of the show, Mr. Yeshua. What's going on, man?
Well,
give me your final thoughts.
I'm not the star. I'm pretty much always a humble guy, man. I'm not one for a lot of attention or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I know when I say things, sometimes it can kind of rub people the wrong way, or they misunderstand me. That's fine. That's human nature. But I would like to say thank you again. If you let me come on and talk. Like I said, my conversations, guys that know me, like Kenneth and Chaos that was on here last week, they'll tell you, they said, well, this is not really Yashua's conversation. He's more of a Pan-African type brother. He really is. But if you ask him about women and sisters and relationships and black and female relationships, he's going to be honest with you. And sometimes that can cut people, you see, because he wants black women to be on his team. Don't say one thing and you do something else. Just like last week, the sister was on here saying that black men have been conquered. I felt that was a disrespectful comment to telling black men that he's been conquered. Black men have not been conquered. He's been beat, but he keeps coming back. Okay, so the Brazilian thing, the traveling thing, that's something that that I will always probably do. Those that stay single, etc. That's something I'm always going to do, and that is not something that I'm going to apologize for. I'm not going to apologize about that for. So that's something I will be doing in the future. My next stop, hopefully, is Cartagena, Cape Verde. That's another place I'm trying to get to. So again, as long as I stay single and I stay healthy, etc. That's what I'm going to be doing, and that's just how I am. And like I said, I have women, especially black women, have told me, that they're not apologetic. They do what they do. I've had black women tell me all types of dumb stuff, and I said, okay, sis, that's fine with me, but just don't get mad with me when I start making my own choices, and don't start judging me and saying I'm this or that because I'm making my own choices. And that's all I have to say.
All righty. All right, guys. Well, listen, guys, I appreciate everybody. Man, this is a fire show once again. Again, guys, I go live on Sundays on this channel every week. I'll come up with a title. Hopefully you all can come in and chop it up. We still going to talk about some of the travel stuff. We can hit the relationship stuff too on different things. I can think of something to make that all gel in. But this channel here is more about manosphere stuff, Black YouTube stuff. This is not a sector channel. I don't talk about sector issues on this channel. That's for Sector TV. If you all want to focus on other family orientated, counseling related, Black community related stuff, you can hit D-Darrell Life Solutions for that. I got 3 different channels that cover certain things. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate the contribution of everybody on this channel. You all have a great evening.
Hey, Darrell. Hey, Darrell.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can get my number to you, bro?
Yeah, I sent you my email in the back chat, man. I sent the email for you in private that you can hit me up.
Okay, and back chat.
But if you didn't, I'll keep you on and just don't log off, okay?
Okay.
All right, guys.
All right, fellas. Peace to y'all. Peace to the chat.
Brother. Okay.